still, the thoughts of you are sinking. Point stands, but I'm still overthinking. You know you don't really call me like you used to, but I know you try. But I've heard you've been here before. But I won't stay the same, it's just what I'm used to. Some things don't ever change, I know it's me and you. But I don't stay the same, I'm just adjusting to. Some things don't change, but I'm designed to be held on to. Babe, I wanna know, is it heartfelt to maybe just a little? Cause you don't really see me like you used to, but you hold on to me cause all you do is settle. I've heard you've been here before. But I don't stay the same, it's just what I'm used to. Some things don't ever change, I know it's me and you. But I don't stay the same, I'm just adjusted to. Some things don't change, but I'm designed to be held on to. But I don't stay the same, it's just what I'm used to. Some things don't ever change, I know it's me and you. But I don't stay the same, I'm just adjusted to. Some things don't change, but I'm designed to be held on to. If I stay still, the thoughts of you are sinking. Point stands, but I'm still overthinking. You know you don't really call me like you used to, but I know you try. But I've heard you've been here before. But I won't stay the same, it's just what I'm used to. Some things don't ever change, I know it's me and you. But I don't stay the same, I'm just adjusting to. Some things don't change, but I'm designed to be held on to.
We're live.
Hello.
Ish. Hopefully.
YouTube says we are.
Cool.
I changed my shirt to wear pink for Valentine's Day.
Oh, I didn't took off my hoodie.
I don't think you have a pink shirt.
Probably if I washed it with the red shirt.
No.
Yeah, that's how that works.
I don't think so.
That's what pink shirts are from.
I don't think that's right.
Yeah, you just wash a white shirt with a red shirt, pink shirt.
I think it's wrong.
No, it's facts.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Is that a thing?
Yeah. Someone told me that today. Like 3 times.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, Erlia, Bella, and like 3 people in like when I was just walking by. Well, at the stores. I get to
Odd.
get gas. Ooh, or like Starbucks.
You okay? You almost fall?
No, it's in my face.
With what?
The microphone.
Your face hit the microphone.
No,
Because the microphone wasn't moving.
It was.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, I can move the microphone.
It's not a stationary object, as you might think.
Ah, it is. There you touch it.
That's what I'm saying. It bounces. Look.
That's what? Law of physics.
Boom.
Right? Stay in motion. Stay still.
Hey, it's Happy Friday.
Outside force.
Yoda. Jedi.
There is no try, just do. Huh?
Anyways.
Is that the real
here we are.
quote?
I have no idea. Not a nerd.
Yeah. Let's unpack that. You're just a different style type of nerd.
Yeah.
All right. What's up?
I need a
Yeah, we're not gonna do this today, but because we're not prepared.
what are we gonna do?
What happened? Later. No.
Something's going on. I don't know.
Well, all of a sudden my phone goes, update. I was like, no, I just want to look at a note. It was, here it is. We're going to look at doing small, what do they call it? I don't know what they call it.
Hot takes.
Yeah, but we're going to be calling it something else. Just because hot takes is taking over. We're going to have a new segment and we're probably going to do it on off days. We're not going to do it during here. Because it'll be a little bit shorter and maybe play a game during those things. So there's no pressure of making all this other structure and adding on to it. It's going to be your opinion is wrong.
Oh, I'm never wrong.
Yeah, that's why that's a hot take right there.
It's kind of warm in here today.
Would you like
I
me to
think it's
turn on
my
the fan?
sweater.
You're looking at the fan and then you looked at
Well, usually it rotates and hits me
It's usually
every once
not
in a
on.
while. Are you sure?
I can turn it on.
Hello.
Hello, who are you saying hi to?
Elwood 76.
Oh, Elwood. Is that a reference to something, I think?
Illegally blonde.
Elwood.
Legally blonde.
Illegally blonde. Whoa. Did you just call ice? What is happening?
My bad.
Ice raid. Illegally blonde.
I lifted it up too high. Anyways,
Did
let's do a shot.
Yeah, you can put your mic in front of your mouth.
It is.
Okay. That's your chin. You can also just move it this way. There goes the science.
Why do you sound like a leprechaun?
Because you listen to me when I try and do accents because you want to laugh, and it does get your attention.
No.
Okay, Ziggy, turn on the studio fan, please.
All right.
There you go. You'll get
Yours
some
is over
rotation
there.
there.
Behind your
Oh,
cup.
yours is you got a clear one?
I
But
did.
you got some Patron,
It's not my favorite, but it was on sale at Costco.
and I got some Proper 12.
Ugh. Salud.
Blancheva. All right. Woo-hoo.
And I haven't had tequila since yesterday.
I haven't had whiskey since
It's part of my good thing.
last weekend.
Not tequila, but
Last weekend. I haven't drank any hard alcohol
yes, we
since.
have.
What? You left on Tuesday.
I know.
So we had it on Monday?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm like, we
Holy.
did.
So I'm sorry. I'm so sorry that I got it off by less than 24 hours. I'm so sorry, guys.
I knew.
All right. The yes and is strong in this one.
I don't do yes ands.
No,
it
she
doesn't
does
make
not.
any
She just
sense
cuts
to
it
me.
off. She just cuts off a combo. Nope, that's not how it worked. I was like, yeah, it's a joke. Move on.
I'm not a comedian.
It's not about.
I'm just naturally funny.
Do you hear the dead air?
No.
Yeah. You're not supposed to because it's dead air. All right. Yeah, so go, please check out our patreon.com/Sarah and Scooter. That's Sarah with an H, and spell out the word and.
Oh, there's they spelled the word scooter.
Hmm?
There's no 8 in it.
There's
Or
no
3.
8 or 3.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know what the 8 was for. Like if you're trying to 8 sideways.
That's an
Oh.
infamy.
Yeah.
Infamy.
Yeah.
It's infamy. That's the infamy symbol.
All right, continue.
An infamy. Go check that out. We're gonna try and some segments on there, mostly games, and got my finger somehow. I really did. It's bleeding. Okay,
Yeah.
so I don't know what happened.
And a Band-Aid.
You just put shards of glass in my drink. Is that what happened?
Not today.
Okay, later.
See, there you go. Yes, and.
No, it's still not today.
That's a given.
Okay. So, please, we're going to do that. And we're also going to do Your Opinion is Wrong. So look out for that segment. I will announce that at a later date. And also our sponsors for this evening, as always, are Lever Consulting. Please get on to leverconsulting.com for a complimentary introductory consultation. Just mention that Sarah and Scooter sent you over there.
Yes.
It's a great place to just help you out with some life skills.
Yeah.
The stuff you don't want to do,
All of it.
they'll help you with it.
Yeah. All the admin work.
Except for they probably won't clean your litter box. But,
Aw. We don't have one, so it's okay.
well, we don't, but other people do. So that's why I said your.
Ooh,
Like
that's fun.
somebody else, not us.
And our other sponsor is Yaya's Embroidery on Instagram. And I don't have anything she's wearing today, but she does hats and shirts and beanies and I want to say socks. But I could be wrong.
I think she'll embroider anything. I think she's done some socks.
I kind of want some socks
Pretty
now that I said out loud. Anyways,
I can do socks.
mention Sarah and Scooter and she'll
Yeah.
give you 10% off
Yeah,
your
get
order.
10% off the whole order. Fast
Ooh.
shipping, very great communication, great qualities of products.
Yeah.
Really gets you involved in like,
And she's nice.
and she also like, just the one thing you have to make sure of is when she says, "Are you sure you want to do this?"
Yeah,
Be sure.
I wasn't.
Because
I've
she
ordered
goes,
things.
"Yeah, sounds good." Then misspelled something.
It did.
I was like, she was like,
She-
she tried to
she
warn
did.
you. She goes,
And
"Are
I
you
said,
sure?"
Looks great. This is why I don't make my own stuff.
Yeah. So, yeah, sponsors good. And if you want to sponsor the podcast, let us know. But I'd rather you didn't. I'd rather you just watch, have fun, and get onto our Patreon because we're gonna do some silly stuff.
Yes, please.
All right. We're gonna move on. What are we doing? All right.
Okay. Good thing.
All right. I have a blank space, baby.
I'll start it off.
So I'll write your name.
You ready?
Good thing, Sarah.
Go Birds!
Yeah, that's a great thing.
Super Bowl Sunday.
Yeah, that was
I don't know
really
if you
good.
guys know, but my Eagles won.
Oh, it's yeah. I
yes.
made sure to put that. I tried to keep that in frame
They are my Eagles.
because I was moving the cameras and I was like, "Ooh, if I move it any further, it's out of frame."
Even when we're trash,
Yeah,
they're still my Eagles.
yeah.
It was a very enjoyable game.
Oh,
there
it was
a
good.
lot, we went and had just
If
the
you're an Eagles
siblings.
fan, it was very enjoyable.
Or if you're if you don't like the Chiefs, it was a good game.
That's true.
A lot of people watched.
Yeah, a lot of like,
They weren't Eagles fans. They just weren't Chiefs fans.
yeah, because as soon as, and here's a small hot take.
Okay.
If for some reason when a team is doing extremely well, they always say the refs are, swayed, and I'm like, that's a common thing.
I like the Chiefs. There were a couple games where I thought, that's
But-
interesting.
But
That's
it's
a call.
also, but let's be very real. When somebody's put in the spotlight that much, they're put on the spotlight all the time.
Yeah.
So there's probably a lot of really bad calls for other teams. We just don't get to see them
True.
because they're halfway through the season and they're 3-10.
Yeah, it's
You
very
know,
true.
so we have to remember
Great
when people are in the
comment.
spotlight, you get to see everything.
Comment in the chat at the Chiefs.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, I'm a homie fan. I mean, I am, but I'm obviously can't.
You
root
could
for
still
the
be a fan
Chiefs.
of a person and all that stuff. It was like, and to hate, like, yeah, there's teams I really don't like. Like, I was a very
Okay.
anti-Patriots fan for a while. It was
'Cause of
very
Brady.
anti, but well, it was also because it was a regime at
Yeah.
that point, and the Chiefs now are a regime.
Yeah, you're
in a
not allowed to
sense.
win 3 times in a row.
Yeah, it's just one of
Everyone
those
hates you.
things. Yeah, everyone, when you win more than once,
Yeah,
I mean, the people hated the Bulls.
true.
And they were considered when they were doing their three-peat, they were considered that the refs weren't calling fouls.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
Back in
but-
the day, nobody was
so-
calling fouls. The greatest time to watch basketball.
Yeah, it was
Let
kind of
people-
nice.
Let them fight.
I was like, yeah,
It's like
let's,
hockey.
let's have a little hockey rules in
Yeah.
basketball. That'd be great. That'd be
Fantastic.
great.
Did you see Super Bowls in Santa Clara next year?
I did not.
They're saying San Francisco, but there's no stadium in
Yeah,
San
there's-
Francisco,
yeah.
so it's in Santa
San
Clara.
Francisco. Nobody can get in and out of San
God, I
San
hate
Francisco.
San Francisco.
You can't get in and
I
out
don't
of
like
there.
Santa Clara either, but
You can't get there.
Yeah.
Unless you own your own helicopter. You
Yeah.
can't get in and out of San Francisco.
you just drive and sit in traffic.
You don't drive. You,
You
sit
can
in
fly
traffic.
in to San Francisco.
Literally, I just said that.
Not a helicopter. I'm saying
I
regular
was saying
plane.
unless you fly in or you have your own
Yeah.
helicopter.
I mean, you can
Read that
drive.
back. It's in the tape.
You can drive. It's just not enjoyable.
No, it's not. And
Takes you
it's
100
you go
years.
like you go from here down there, you're going like 65, 70 for about 80% of the drive. And that takes you about an hour.
Yeah.
And then the last 15 to 20% of your drive takes you another hour and a half.
Yeah. I hate
Just
it.
the way
Every
it
time I have
is.
to go to the bay, I'm like, God,
Yeah,
I hate the bear.
Yeah, it's the worst.
Area.
So yeah,
So
Super
yes,
Bowl,
yeah,
that was
so
super fun.
We got to see sisters, so we hung out with just the siblings.
Got to see sisters.
Well, my sisters.
You have two brothers.
I was gonna say them too.
Ooh, okay.
They were there.
Dang.
And the nieces and nephews. I think all the littles were there.
They were there. Matthew was running and getting ice, and he was making sure the food was ready.
Yeah, he made bomb.
I think it was tri-tip.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the ribs that we got were trash.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, because they were ordered.
Yeah.
They were ordered. But the stuff that Matthew made and the stuff that
Megan
made
yeah.
was beyond delicious.
Yeah.
Like,
the sides were good.
I think the dessert, she put sprinkled a little crack cocaine in it because it was delicious.
Robert Redford.
What do you mean?
It's called Better Than Robert Redford. That's what the dessert's called.
What?
Yeah.
What's better than Robert Redford?
It's like
That's a person.
I know.
That's why I'm so confused.
You know, there's like a recipe that's like better than sex, whatever it is, some type of dessert. It's the same concept.
Yeah, but
it's the better than.
Sex is but sex
Apparently,
is a
somebody knows what
universal comment. And I was like,
someone knows.
Most people know what the word sex means, right?
I would hope so.
Do you even know who Robert Redford is?
He's some old guy.
Okay, you know.
Apparently, he's delicious.
He's freaking dead. Like,
apparently, he was delicious.
It's dust.
I don't know. That's what it's called.
It's dust and earth now.
That's what it's called. So that was nice to go see everybody. Being Clovis. I hate going down to the Central Valley because there's always some people I don't get to see. I shouldn't say so many. It's like I always have to split my time between the families. And it's hard to, I don't get to mix them.
Well, I think that's kind of I did this as kind of my mantra a while ago, and that would be cool to bestow that upon you. Okay. Is when you go there, you tell people where you're at, and if you want to come visit me, this is where I'm at. And different people will visit you at different times.
Yeah.
But it's not one of those things like, you should have told me you were in town. It's more of like, hey, I'm spending time in wherever, Clovis for 2 days. If you want to come see me, come see me in Clovis. Because they live in like Fresno or Visalia, which is 30 to 50 minutes away.
Yeah.
Less than an hour, wherever. I was like, hey, if you want to see me, this is where I'm at. It's an hour drive for you. I drove 3. You can drive 1. Yeah. And that's what I do when I go to the Pacific Northwest all the time. And most of the people will meet me somewhere. True. If you don't meet me there, I'm not offended.
Yeah.
It's not one of those things like you have to give me a long excuse of why or why not. It was just like either show up or don't. But I'm going to tell you where I'm at.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to, unless you're like my daughters, I'm not going to make a specific trip to go see everyone.
Right.
That's just, it can't happen. I would have to go in 7 different directions in 3 days.
Yeah.
I'd have to go across, I'd have to take ferries, and I'd have to go across the sound, and I'd have to come back. And I would drive for over 50% of my visit, which is not fair to anybody, especially me, because I'm the one that flew into the area. You can drive a half an hour to an hour to come see me if you want. Yeah. If you don't, and it's not in your schedule, I'll see you next time.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Still feel bad. Just who I am.
Well, I mean,
just who I am, man.
Yeah, it's not just who you are. It's like, and that's the one thing that I think I've learned in therapy is going, that's just who I am, is me going, I'm not going to change and I'm not going to grow.
I still feel bad.
Well, I understand that, but I was like, but just saying that's who I am is kind of going, I'm not going to change for anyone. That's just who I am. I'm not going to change for my own better. But I was like, well, then we're not growing. That's kind of my thing. So, I'm not stubborn. I'm not as stubborn as I used to be. Look at it that way.
Okay.
Because I can change. If I can change, you can change.
Yeah. Next thing, I scheduled my mammogram. Finally figured it out.
Now you gotta show up.
It's in April, so I got plenty of time. I think it's actually on a day we have something, but you know, it's whatever.
Probably.
It was on the 22nd.
They're probably out of town.
No, it's not on the calendar.
just means nothing
Not
in
the
this
calendar.
family.
Got to my
Means
mammogram.
Nothing in this family.
Last thing. I stayed at the bougiest place yesterday.
Yeah, she did.
And
I
not
saw
on
pictures.
purpose. I didn't book it on purpose.
cool.
I booked it because it was close to where my first appointment was going to be. And then the person didn't even show up. The person canceled the day before, which sucked. I could have stayed 45 minutes away, would have been closer to my third one. Anyways. But it was so nice. Unfortunately, you have to valet when you go there. $31 a day to valet your car. There's no option. There's no self-parking. It's valet or nothing. And I'm like, $31 a day is freaking criminal. And you want a tip for bringing me my car back? That's crazy talk. I did.
But the question I didn't ask this before, because I've also stayed at other places that have valet or you pay for parking, and yet if something happens to your car, it's not insured.
Right.
It's not covered. If they valet your car at that place, if something happens to the car, is it covered by the place?
I think it's only covered from when they're driving it. Once it's parked, they don't assume responsibility of the car.
But you didn't have any say in where they parked it.
Yeah.
So
it's
I
true.
feel like,
because you know that picture I sent that had like the lake across the street? That was parking. That's where valet put cars.
was not a lake. It was not designated on a map as a lake.
No. I got stuck in an atmospheric river.
So dumb.
But anyways, the hotel had like one of the nicest restaurants. The people were nice. I went by myself, obviously. And so I sit down for dinner. I order the same thing I always order, salmon. And then I was like, oh, and I'll just get a tequila. So then dinner's done. He's like, you want your check? And I was like, actually, can I get dessert menu? So I look at the dessert and then I order it. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, man, it's a long time. It's been like 35 minutes for dessert. And most places are just like, boom, boom, here's your dessert. And so I realized they were making everything individually. Like it came in its own little, like, little Dutch oven without the lid.
Oh, nice.
So cute. And they made their own creme anglaise, which is so delicious.
You like those little ovens.
I know. I was telling Becca, she's like, you should have got the chocolate lava cake and the bread pudding. I was like, then I would have had to not had dinner. I couldn't do both. That'd be crazy. I mean, I could have, but I shouldn't have. So I didn't. So I just had the bread pudding and it was delicious.
And tequila and salmon.
Yeah, I did. And they did a whole Valentine's thing.
While the other two people that live here were having Taco Bell.
You chose Taco Bell.
I didn't choose Taco Bell over salmon, tequila, and bread pudding.
You could have made salmon if you really wanted to. Just go to the store and get some salmon.
I'd have to make it.
Yes.
I couldn't go to a restaurant and
I
just order
couldn't
salmon.
make it. There's no option.
There was an option. There's a microwave in your hotel.
Could you imagine? Oh, it'd be so disgusting.
It's so stinky.
Oh,
too.
so gross.
Oh.
It's one of the reasons why I didn't order room service, because it was an option. But I'm like, I don't want the food smell in my room because that's disgusting.
Mm-hmm. That's the thing. Oh,
Yeah.
so that was the end?
No, I had something else to say.
Oh, I was just like, you just stopped talking.
I know. So then, this is the day before, I was auditing this other little inn. It was the cutest little inn hotel place I've ever seen. And I was like, how did I not know this exists? And
An inn.
it was so cute. So like, because we had to do the audit in one of the rooms because there was no other space to do the audit. So when you walk in, it has like a little living space. It had a full fridge. It had a full gas stove with like 6 burners, which I thought was crazy for a little inn. It had the room that was completely separate with the bathroom. And I was like, I've driven by this area 100 times in my life and I didn't know this existed. And they own like 3 different properties. And I'm like, I need to write down your places because
Yeah, what else
these
do
are
they
so
own?
cute.
Because they're
Yeah.
yeah.
It's adorable. And they just do continental breakfast. But like the area it was in was like decently close to like downtown, and it was really close to like all the other locations. But yeah, it's really cute hotels this week. That was all I had. I like my bougie hotel stay.
Yeah.
And then for breakfast, I don't even think I told you this.
Well, that's what I was saying. I was like, you're when you pause for a long time doesn't mean you're done.
Yeah.
So I don't know how to interject.
No, I wasn't done.
Because there's just like feels like the audio cut out and then you jump back in.
I know. So because I stay in places too much, I get free breakfast if they have a place that has breakfast. And so this place gave me like $18 credit for breakfast, which sounds like a lot, but it's really not. It's like a bowl of oatmeal. But they had avocado toast. So the avocado toast with the side of scrambled eggs.
Boring.
Because I never have breakfast when I go
hate
places.
avocado toast.
What do you mean you hate avocado toast?
I hate avocado toast.
Why? You don't like avocados?
It's not good.
Let me tell you why you would have liked this. You ready for this?
Just because it's trendy doesn't mean it's good.
Let me tell you why. So it was on 7-grain wheat bread, number 1. Number 2, they took the avocado and they mixed it with lime and they added hot chili flakes. Delicious. Then they sliced up tomatoes that actually taste like tomatoes. Crazy. Then they added microgreens on top. It was delicious. It was the best avocados I've tasted.
This guacamole toast.
No. Not guacamole toast.
Why?
And then on top, they put radishes and red pepper.
Was
red
avocado in
onions.
slices or mashed up?
Smashed up.
Then it's guacamole.
It's not guacamole.
You had guacamole toast.
No.
All the things you said added to it make guacamole. If you put all those things into one substance on an avocado and mash it up, it's guacamole.
You're wrong, Dale.
Tell me the difference then. What's in guacamole? Tell me the ingredients in guacamole.
Depends on where you're at.
Nope, just the basics.
Sour cream and avocado.
Okay, there was no sour cream in this one. Is that
No,
it?
I'm
That was
joking.
the only thing?
That should never be in
Okay.
guacamole. No, I don't disagree with what you're saying, but it's not. It wasn't.
You literally did.
You're wrong.
You're saying you're wrong, but I don't disagree with what you're saying.
Guacamole.
You can't
They
play
weren't
both sides
chopped
of the...
up tomatoes in the guacamole. They were halved tomatoes.
So it has to be a certain...
It's deconstructed guacamole.
Holy...
And there weren't jalapenos. There was red chili flakes. Those are different things.
Okay.
It was delicious. I'm not going to share you with my things.
I like guacamole.
I sent it to Mariah.
No, I like guacamole.
But you don't like avocado toast?
But no. Avocado toast, all I've ever seen avocado toast is like avocado on a piece of toast with maybe something, one thing.
You're going to the wrong place.
I don't go anywhere.
This one had smoked salmon if you wanted it.
I don't
didn't.
go anywhere.
You do. You have more places than most people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not anywhere
Last
compared to
good thing.
guacamole toast.
I went to an audit and someone gave me a whole bag of truffles. Like
That's
lint
true.
truffles.
I saw that. Did you just how many left?
The bag
How
was this big. This big.
That's not what I asked.
This big.
What did I ask?
only had 2. Yes, there's
What'd I ask?
a whole bag left. They're upstairs.
Well, it's not a whole bag if you took 2 out.
The 2 I took out didn't make a difference.
But you can't sell that as a whole bag.
I could if I wanted to.
Oh, wow.
At like Best,
You can never
what's it
run a
called?
store.
Not Best Buy. What's the other store called? Big Lots.
Big Lots. Yes, you can. You could have 3 pieces left
Exactly.
and get it at Big Lots.
50% off.
No, it'd still be 75%.
Do you have any good things this week?
Quite a few, but I mean, they were mostly revolving around the Super Bowl shindig. Really good thing was like Matthew made a really great homebrew beer that actually won like his little, I don't want to say little, but it was
local award.
Yeah, but there was 11 brewers.
Yeah.
Like that's not, when people go to like even microbreweries like here in the area, if they go to a competition, there's maybe 20.
Yeah. Were they home brewers or were they just?
There were home brewers, but still, it's like that's still a competition. Anything more than 2 or 3 people is like that's a big deal, especially with brewers, you know.
Yeah.
So he got like first place in out of 11 people, and it was a dark, what was it called? It was a dark brown IPA. So to me, it tasted like Guinness / a decent West Coast IPA. And I was like, this is really good. And I wasn't going to drink that early, but Rebecca was there. So since Rebecca was there, and I'm sitting there like, oh, I need to eat some food and stuff. She goes, so Matthew made a beer. You want a beer? And I was like, fine. I didn't say fine, but I was like, yes. So I went and did that. Very delicious. We had a good time with the ribs were one of my least favorites. But the wings were pretty good.
Didn't have any.
The wings were pretty good. The tri-tip that Matthew made was delicious.
God. I was sad when I went back for
there was none
seconds.
left.
It was gone.
Well, I also Mariah left before.
Oh, and they gave her to goes.
Oh yeah, I was slicing it, and I sliced like 5 slices because I thought people might wouldn't eat it. She took them all. No, I think she took 4, but yeah.
Yeah.
So it was funny.
That was nice. We'll have
Yeah.
to do that again.
Yeah.
Once a quarter. Are you leaving?
No,
Oh, you're push buttons.
well,
All right, I'm ready.
that's fine. Every time you push a button, I don't just stop everything and I just move on.
'Cause I didn't know what you were gonna do.
I didn't know what
Wanna
you were
be
going to do either.
prepared. I went to get the
yeah,
chocolate.
but I had no idea you pushed buttons and you left the room. So
Look at how big this bag is. It's crazy. Look at this thing. So when they offered me chocolate, I thought they were going to give me like one. And they gave me the whole bag. It's a whole pound of chocolate. It's crazy. Anyways, I had 2 of them. They're delicious. I can only have 3 because that's 230 calories. Man, I could not find a good cupcake place this time. I tried, and I think I just ran out of time. Okay, I'm done. I'm done with my good things.
Oh.
You want to rant it
we
up?
were on to my good thing, but we went back to
Did you
yours.
have more?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know because you said you didn't write anything down.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean... Okay.
Okay, I'm ready.
I can give the camera back to you.
I don't want it.
Oh. So, yeah, I was like, we went in there. I got to see Elise. I got to see Ben, which I haven't seen them in a minute because they don't talk to me very often. But it was very nice to be in the same room with them because you can't not respond to a text if you're in the room right there. So yeah, and they spent the kind of what was cool to me, the good thing about the whole thing was nobody was really there for the football game except for Sarah. Everybody else was there for like food, some games, hanging out with the littles, and there was like 4 of them that were just playing Magic the Gathering the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They stopped for the intermission.
Yeah, they stopped for the
Halftime
intermission.
show.
They stopped for the halftime show and then came back. But yeah, so I thought that was really cool to see. Got to have some good conversations with Ty. Hung out with him for a little bit and actually like had conversations. And if you don't know who he is, look at our last episode. He was on here for a couple minutes.
On here.
Yeah, he was chitty chatty. So for him, that's a big deal.
Chitty chat.
No, he was.
It was. I agree.
Yeah, like those are probably a lot more of the words that he's ever spoken to me, and I had to put a mic in front of his mouth, which is great.
It's true.
I was like, I'll put him on the podcast. So
yeah, it's funny. Do you have any other good things this week?
Probably.
Okay.
But I just don't remember them. Like, I know. It's like Ryan and Bailey are like texting us. I was like, hey, get in the chat or something, you know?
Happy V-Day, Bailey.
Oh, there it is. Happy V-Day. Happy Veterans Day. Oh, happy Velociraptor Day.
Jeez.
Veterinarians Day. Vector Day.
Can you guys tell we don't celebrate?
Varsity Day. Got it. Varsity Day.
All right. They said you want a shot.
Oh, I do.
Do you have rants?
I have one.
Okay.
Oh, we're doing a shot.
Yeah, I was gonna push the button and then pour.
Well, let's do a shot and then yeah. Oh, you're gonna push the button?
Not anymore.
Okay. You don't push buttons.
Hey, dude. Rant of the week. Rant of the week.
Rant of the week. You only push
I'm gonna be
my button.
asleep after this.
Yeah. Do you have a rant?
I do have lots of them, but I need your glass.
Oh, is that your rant?
Boop. Scooter told me I don't talk to the mic when I move, so I have to adjust as I go. First rant. I don't like when you're staying places, again, it's in a hotel, and somebody was either doing construction or they were locked in their room and they couldn't get out. It reminded me of like watching a movie where somebody is like, help me, and they're like banging on the wall and people are like, that's a weird noise. So I thought, is it either construction or no one's stuck in there? But it is like 7 a.m. So I don't know.
Did you watch the local news and found out that somebody was
No,
murdered on the second
I prefer
floor
not to.
Yeah.
Not to be in the know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to say hopefully they're good. Pretty sure it's construction.
So what was your actual rant?
Just getting woken up in the morning for no reason. That's really
okay.
my rant.
Yeah, that's a rant.
That's my number one. Number two.
That never happens to me.
Atmospheric rivers.
Lunchaba.
Why? Salud.
Lunchaba. Shot o'clock.
So I feel like Atmospheric River was always just a storm. Don't get me wrong. It was one of the worst driving experiences I've had in a really long time. I had to drive 3 hours to get to LA in basically like the worst storm that they've had. And we were hydroplaning. People went off the side of the road. We were going like 40 miles an hour. They would be like, and my stupid app always tries to help me. And they're like, low visibility. And I'm like, you don't have to keep repeating it. I can't see anything.
Well, it doesn't, does it verbally say it?
Yeah. Well, it depends. It does what it wants. Sometimes
that
it'll
makes
keep
no
saying
sense,
it. Right.
Right? It's like, why would it tell you that there's no low visibility?
I don't know. To prep you that coming, we'll say low visibility ahead.
Oh.
And I'm like,
It's
I
low
haven't been able to
visibility
see
now.
for hours at this point. I can't see anything. I can't see the lines on the road. I can't see the idiots who don't have their lights on.
To me, that's the same as the appointment's at 6:00 and somebody calls you at 6:10 and says, I'm going to be late.
Right.
No, you're late. Like,
I mean, I've done it. Yeah.
I hate that. That's one of my, definitely a pet peeve of mine. I was like,
Yeah.
don't call me at 10 minutes after the appointment's supposed to start and say I'm going to be late.
Yeah.
You're late already.
Yes.
You should have called me 15, 20 minutes ago.
Agreed.
So.
Yeah, so that was an adventure. I've driven in the rain before. I've driven in worse weather. I've driven to the point where I'm like, I'm pretty sure I need to pull over because I can't physically see the person in front of me. This was bad, but it was only bad because you wouldn't expect freeways to pool the way that they pool, especially considering they're like major freeways in and out of Los Angeles. They shouldn't pool that much to where the point where my little tiny Toyota Corolla was like, woo. I just had to keep reminding myself, just go. Like, don't try to make adjustments. Your car's going to be fine. My poor little car, every emergency light kept flickering. Every time I would hydroplane, it kept going. I was like, no, I need you to calm down. I need you to not just stop on this freeway. It's going to be fine, car. I don't know you like this, but it's going to be fine.
Yeah.
My poor little guy. So many lights came on. every time I was driving and it was like, the lights above. I'm like, no, it's fine.
No, and that's the thing. It's like if you're not around a lot of rain, and I think that's might be kind of LA. There's certain places that like it only rains like that once or twice a year.
Yes.
So people forget how to drive in rain.
Yes.
And it's not. Don't be accelerating and braking.
Right.
Often.
Yes.
Just don't do that.
No.
That's not a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And if your car does start to hydroplane, don't try and fix that.
Right.
Like, don't let off the gas. Don't push on the gas.
Yep.
Don't hit the brake.
Yep.
Don't turn your wheels.
Yep.
Like, you have to ride that out.
Yep.
Just hold on, just like you're driving normal.
Yeah.
Because anytime you do something, that's when hydroplaning,
Yeah.
you're on a boat.
Yeah.
No, you're on four little boats.
Yeah.
And all of them want to go in a different direction. So let your car just ride through it. If you're going to spin, you're going to spin.
Right.
Like that could happen.
Right.
But if you make a correction, you're going to spin.
Yeah.
It's not an option.
Yeah.
Like if you turn your wheels, you brake, or you try and speed up or anything, like you will spin.
Yeah.
You'll move into another lane. You might spin out. Yeah.
Yeah, it was an adventure, and
Four little boats.
The amount of pool, again, that's the part that I think baffled me. It was like, it wasn't even like little side streets. It's the friggin' freeway. I'm like, why is there so much puddling? And so I've been watching the guy in front of me who's making everything splash up, and I'm like, okay, I need to adjust. And at some point, I'm the guy in the front, and I was like, I don't want to be the guy in the front because I don't know what's coming up. I have no idea where the puddles are. Yeah. So I'm just like, yeah, okay, here it is. There was one point I got off the freeway because I had to get to my hotel, and I couldn't see how flooded the street was. So when I got in the lane, I thought, like, it felt like the water was like halfway up my car. There was so much
like
water.
You're driving, you look out your window and you see a fish.
There was so
Like,
much
whoa.
water, and I was like, okay, I gotta get out of this lane, obviously. I don't know if you guys know this. Toyota Corollas are real low to the ground.
They really are. They're ridiculously low to the ground.
Oh, man. Anyways, that was fun. So that was my atmospheric river rant. I just don't understand people don't turn their lights on either. I find that bananas.
Say what?
They don't turn the lights on when it's like dumping rain and they're on their freeway.
I think they forget. Like, it's one of those things, like, it's that extra stimulus, like, of, okay, I'm just going to get my car and do this thing. And then all of a sudden, this rain, and they become overwhelmed. And I was like, I forget how to put it in drive. I forget I need to turn on a windshield wiper. And I was like, I need to turn on a windshield wiper. And I was like, oh no, I didn't turn on my lights. And I'm like, chill. Yeah. It's just like, it's a normal day. Rain is normal. Yeah. It's normal.
Yeah. It's not to us. Not to Californians.
That's not true.
Not to, like, LA to like Sacramento. We don't get a lot of rain.
Well, it's also one of those things like your LA is now flooding.
Yeah.
And they just got
Mudslides.
done burning down.
Right.
I mean, like, it's kind of like Sodom and Gomorrah.
Yeah.
I was like, what kind of sins are you doing in
All
LA?
of them. All of the
It's
sins.
like, next it's going to be fireballs and they're going to have full of
Don't
locusts.
say that.
Well, I'm just saying. That's why people consider like every generation thinks it's the end of times.
Yeah.
It's been for thousands of years. Like, it's the end of days. And I was like, well, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it pretty much is the end of days because we're only living history only goes back so far.
Right.
So
the other crazy thing, I was on the freeway, and you know, like when they have like the BART, you know how the BART's like above ground, not under. So I was driving on the freeway, and the little BART thingy was in somewhere in Southern California, and it had, like, sparky things, and I thought, is that safe? Should there be sparky things in the rain? Don't know. I don't know if that's normal.
sparky thing in the rain.
Because you know how like it has those like wires that go above, and yeah. So as the train's going along the wires, it goes spark, 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 spark.
Yeah.
I thought we were just on fire. Should we have sparkies?
But it's raining.
It's still concerning
Okay.
for me. Does it happen when it's not raining? Just saying. Everyone's blaming PG&E.
It does. It does. But it was like, it's not like there's dry hay coming from the heavens and there's sparks going.
We don't know that. It's LA.
I'm just saying that's not what you saw. You saw rain.
I saw rain and sparky things.
Rain and sparks.
Yeah. Okay. So next rant.
Yeah, go.
Okay.
I just put the camera on you.
Why? No.
Just no long pauses, okay?
I can't help it. No, I don't like it. Just me. Go back.
For what?
So
you don't want my reactions?
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
So I went to an appointment. No, I went to an appointment with the wrong address. It was like a post office box, basically.
How do you find an address as a post office?
It's not a post office box. It's a mailing station, like a postal annex.
That makes sense.
Okay. So I go there and I'm like, well, obviously your office isn't here. So I message the person. I'm like, hey,
You didn't Google it before? You didn't look at the picture and go, well, that's a post office?
Well, the picture's a building. It's like a commercial building.
Oh, okay.
So they have different suites and stuff and offices.
Makes sense.
So it looked normal to me.
But it said USPS and you're like, oh,
It
that
doesn't
must
say
be
USPS. It said
it.
urgent
Said
care.
mailboxes.com.
It says urgent care, bookkeeper, insurance. There's a whole bunch of people inside. Anyways, so I messaged the person and I was like, hey, you're not here. I don't know where I'm supposed to go. And so they gave me the address. When I get there, the guy's like, oh, I just thought he said, no, everybody knows where I live. I don't know why you went to that address. And I thought, I don't even know you. This is my first time meeting you like ever in my entire life. Why would I know where you live?
Well, I mean, everybody knows.
I asked Scooter if you knew.
Of course I knew.
Yeah.
I don't even know his name, and I know exactly where he lives. We
Just
all know.
made me laugh. It was my rant and my laugh because I thought, sir, why would I know where you live?
It's what they call it, neuroses. Is that a thing?
Neuroses?
Is that a?
Like you're neurotic? Like you're no? What's the word?
I don't know.
I don't either.
He's a nepo baby.
What?
Starts with an N. Narcissist.
They're okay.
Negro.
That's not right.
What? He wasn't?
No, he was not.
He wasn't a nepo baby?
No,
Oh, not a Neanderthal?
probably. He was nice.
Narcoleptic?
That made me laugh. He was like an older guy.
Just saying, he's obviously was an N-word.
Awful.
What?
It's not right.
I just said like 5, 6 N-words. Did I not?
Yes.
It was fine.
So the last like 4 or 5 times I've been on a plane, I haven't got any drinks or snacks because of the weather, and it's been really upsetting.
You have
to me.
a bag that like a backpack size truffle bag,
This
and
isn't
you're
a
saying you don't
snack.
have snacks.
It's not a snack. It's a dessert.
That's why you gotta take me more.
Just saying. I just wanted my breath. I
I'm your
had
snack.
just got
you
to.
forgot your snack this time.
Sometimes you don't have time to get the snacks at the
know?
airport. So when they,
Because that's gonna be the next thing you eat. It's gonna be better than Scooter.
Wow. Oh jeez,
I mean,
That's
it's
what we're
better
gonna-
than Robert
we're gonna-
Redford or whoever it was. What was his name?
it was Redford.
Okay, I just named another old guy, and I thought it was a different one. Okay,
But yeah, I mean,
Arnold
snacks-
Palmer, better than Arnold Palmer, which is nothing.
I
could
was
be
about
better
to
than
say.
that.
Oh, there's a good thing for you. We're on rant. We went to Rocket Dog.
Who?
Rocket Dog.
Who?
You, me, and CJ.
Oh.
Anyways, I haven't had snacks or drinks on a plane. It makes me real sad because all my tickets for when I fly Southwest include 2 drinks just for me, and I haven't used them at all this entire year, which is crazy because I've been on the plane a lot and I don't get any free drinks because it's too much turbulence. And I feel like they should roll those over. I should get a discount.
Roll those over.
Well, they can't roll them over because I have it for the whole year. I should be able to gift them to
For
people.
a 2-hour flight, you have like 12 drinks.
Well, it's crazy because it's 2 per leg, which is even crazier.
That's what I'm saying. The next,
I'm like, who's?
you'd be on 12.
Yeah. Oh, maybe to Washington because I don't have to drive. It will be 9 a.m. to Bloody Mary. You can't, but I can.
Thanks. Okay, then then I'll use it to Vegas end of the month.
Oh yeah, there you go. We are taking it to Vegas.
We'll probably take us an Uber to the hotel.
Yeah,
we're not
get a car.
driving.
There we go.
There we
can
go.
Use it there.
Let's get
Perfect.
shit housed on the way to Vegas.
So we can take a nap.
Yeah.
Too many things to see.
Because we don't. We have one appointment.
I know. And I was thinking about what did I send you?
I have no idea what you
John Wick experience.
Oh yeah.
I'm still thinking about that. I don't understand it yet.
No, it's very elusive.
Yes, and that bothers me.
There's something called the John Wick experience in Vegas, but it doesn't really explain. Does it even say how much it is?
Yeah, it's $50 a person.
Oh, that's not bad for Vegas.
Yeah, I know.
That's a daiquiri.
Yeah.
In some
So
places.
there's a VIP one that includes drinks, but I'm
how much is the VIP?
I don't remember.
55?
I think it's like 70.
Oh, it's like 12 drinks.
Well, yeah.
But no, we sound bougie, but it was like, I just feel like if it's $50 per ticket and then it's $70 for a VIP, always do the VIP because if $50 is not like a $5 entry fee to a small little thing. It's $50. You're already spending the $50.
So I think it's
so you're going to spend at least, if you're going to a place that has a bar, you're definitely going to spend $20 on drinks.
That's true.
So you go, if there's drinks included for $20 extra, just do it.
So my understanding
that's my travel
is it's like a escape room, but you have drinks at the Continental.
I don't think that's very good. I don't think an escape room that's John Wick style is good for me.
I don't think so either, but because I kind of want to go still.
Probably.
I don't think you're allowed to.
If somebody John Wick style came at me, I'm putting them in a headlock.
I kind of want to do it because there's like no information out there on it, like what actually it is, just so we can like.
I'm gonna do a two-arm drag or
do it for the
foot.
Do it for the plot.
I was like, I'm doing a leg sweep.
Yeah, we might.
Because I just finished the last season of Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
Oh, I will kick somebody in the face.
You can't. Your leg doesn't stretch that.
No,
high.
I could do it once. I'll go to the hospital. My hamstring will literally disconnect from my knee and my ass, but I'll do it once.
You're ridiculous.
I'll do a roundhouse and then like hospital, because I know how to do it.
Yeah.
My body just doesn't know how.
All right, my last rant. So we have the Warped Tour coming up, and every time they release a name, I'm just like, why am I going?
That was not part of my rant, but it was like, I'm going to definitely be on that same rant. Here's some logistics. Avril Lavigne is at the Warped Tour, not in Long Beach.
Not ours.
Lacey Sturm, if you don't know who she is, you're an idiot, but she was lead singer of Flyleaf.
Not ours.
Not at Long Beach.
Yeah.
All right. We didn't even get plain white tees.
No.
So my analytical part of the rant is the music traditionally from the Warped Tour. The music genre was invented in Long Beach, California.
Yeah.
It's a skateboarding, Tony Hawk, pro skater, that sound. You know, the Blink-182, the Sum 41s, the
Bowling for Soup,
the whole list, right? Was basically Long Beach is West Coast skater music of like the late 90s to 2010s. None of those guys are there.
Yeah. So
on a little bit of positive note, there's like 3 bands that I would am really gonna like to see, but these bands I could see at other festivals.
Right.
Like one of these bands that we're paid to go to the Warped Tour,
It's my bad.
That's why you don't push buttons.
I pushed the wrong button.
Yeah.
I fixed it.
Is somebody that played locally here like last week. We missed them because we were at Super Bowl thing. But yeah, I was like, there's some bands that I really want to see, but I was like, there are also bands that I could see at other festivals or at a local venue in most places. I'm like, I'm trying to understand the draw of the bands that they're pushing out there. I'm hoping they get better and they're going, okay, Long Beach, here's this. Here's, it's like, they're going to go Paramore.
I'm going to be super crass. I'm going to need to step their fanny up. Otherwise, someone else going to have my ticket. I'll just stay at the hotel and go wander Long Beach. Put my toes in the glittery sand.
I bet, think about the local. There's probably local music venues that are killing it.
I know.
So
let's go do that.
There's a little bit of rant on me too. I'm one of those guys that's very festival. I'm very pro festival because it's more about the experience and you discover some new bands and all this kind of things. But I was like, I'm trying to understand the draw of the big names in Long Beach.
At this point, all I see is you and Ryan are going to have to babysit me, Bailey, and Ariel as we drink tequila for 2 days. What else are we going to do?
I'll be there.
No, but you have to watch us.
What are you talking about?
You have to be in charge.
Of what?
Our safety, obviously.
I will be, but...
You're doing tequila with us. Don't waste the tequila.
I'll do whiskey and beer
like
I always do.
That's what I'm saying. We still have to be in charge.
Okay. I'm there to see. There's a band that got announced today, the Funeral Portrait.
Yeah.
That was the band that I was saying that they played Monday night here in Sacramento, and we just didn't have the time to go. Or no, we had the time, didn't have the energy. We were at home by the time they went on stage, but I was like,
also funds too. It's
Huh?
not free to go to all this stuff.
No, it's not even about. I mean, even if we bought the ticket, I was just like, oh, that was a long 2 days.
Yeah,
I have a lot of driving.
All right, those are my rants.
All right.
My what's up in you? It's really boring.
So I like to have a rant, but
Oh, go ahead.
It seems like we're just gonna take the scooter end of this off of the show. This is just the Sarah show.
Aww.
Keep going. There you go. Because you even asked me if I had you did ask me if I had a rant. I said, yeah, I have one.
You didn't say it.
Yeah, because you just kept going. Now you're on to the next thing.
You gotta say something.
What?
You interrupt you interject all the time.
No, my rant's fine.
What's your rant?
I'll save it till next week.
What's your rant?
This has been a day.
It has been
There
a
you
day.
go.
What's your rant?
I don't it's not gonna be up to par.
What?
So let's go.
Say your rant.
No.
Yes.
No, I'll save it. It's an ongoing thing.
No.
So
say what it is.
No, it's not on brand of what we're talking about. So let's just go on to the what's up in your area.
No, I want to know what it is.
No.
You can't hide it.
Yeah, yes I can. I just
what
did.
Is
I
the
tucked it
rant?
in my keyboard.
We're gonna stay here all
It has
day.
to do with, the purchasing and not the quality of electric razors and trimmers.
Then go.
No,
Rant
because
it
you're
out.
like, no, you're just gonna talk about how many I own.
No, I actually don't even know. So this is perfect. So I can find out how many you own.
3.
Okay, what's your rant?
All right. You're not a dude
No.
that travels. So the issue is it's almost like you need to pack another carry-on for if you travel, if you're a dude and you're traveling more than like 3 days, which we do decently often, right? We'll travel for like 4 to 5 days, sometimes a full week. We'll be gone. You got to shave. Okay. The big issue is there's no electric razor that does it all. If you have facial hair, like grown facial hair, like a mustache, a small beard, a full beard, some sideburns, there's nothing that exists that's just a small contained piece of equipment. Now, if you're clean shaven, we got it, right? There's like, done. They do not have something. It's like we haven't moved on. It's like the technology of printers, which is so archaic. Electric razors and printers, I feel like, are in the same small little, I was invented in the 60s and 70s, and I'm not going to move forward. It's effing ridiculous. Because if I want to trim my beard and I want to trim my mustache and I want to shave, not a thing. Not a thing. It's just not a thing. If I want to trim right by my lips, do you want me to use a razor? They want you to use a razor. But you can't use a razor when you have facial hair around your lips. So you have to have a razor or something that does a close shave. And you don't have both. It's just insane. It's insane.
I have a really dumb question, maybe. Have you ever asked somebody else who travels a lot and has facial hair?
I've been on every... You're talking about just one person.
No, I mean...
I go in forums. You know the deep dives that I go on.
I'm not talking about forums. I'm talking
So you're talking about just a friend?
No.
Instead of like 1,000 people that are online?
No, not a friend. You have a thing where like you reach out to people who like are like famous-y adjacent, and they seem to respond to you. Have you ever asked any of them, like people who literally travel for a living because they're musicians or they're artists or whatever, and ask what they use?
I'm
not talking about a Reddit thread. I'm talking about
I go on forums where there's thousands of people in there.
Yeah, but people in forums have different options than somebody who is like famous, he has money options.
They hire a barber to travel with them, and they're not worried about their care. They're not, people like that are not worried about their carry-on because they have an assistant that brings their stuff and brings a whole thing. That's completely different.
So you're looking for something to carry on, not a check thing.
I mean, I'm looking for something that'll fit in a toiletry bag, like with my shampoo, soap, deodorant.
Well, you've heard it, guys. If you know what it is,
like, and
he wants an electric razor.
And the problem is,
that's this big.
Here's the next part. Then here's a little turnkey. That's a thing. How come everything else that I own, even my iPhone, even Apple products have moved on to USB-C?
Because it's wonderful.
And razors, the ones that get charged, the internal battery, they're not even USB at all. They all have, they might have USB to plug into the wall, but the other end is this two-holed little thing that looks like a frowny face or a smiley face when you turn it upside down. Why? That's insane to me. I've reached out to every single manufacturer that makes razors like that. Is like, do you offer a USB-C? And there's like, oh no, but we don't have that this time, but thank you for the feedback. And I was like, no, this is not feedback. Like, the whole world has changed and you're still making something that fits nothing but electric razors.
Do you have a question? Is it your razor shorter than your toothbrush? You're talking about how like round it is?
Okay.
Because it's shorter than the toothbrushes.
Not much. They're not much shorter than the toothbrush.
Right.
The trimmers. And then they're like 8 times the size in girth.
So it's the wideness, it's the width, it's
and
not the length. Mm.
If you trim, quote unquote, trim down the length, I can figure that out because then it's like the size of a bar of soap. But if you can trim down the girth, then it's also the size. I need smaller mass, period. Smaller mass. And I know it exists. I know it exists because they make them. But it's like you put a AA battery in them. And I was like, no, that's not what I want. I want something that charges and I don't have to worry about it. So the whole idea is something that just sits in my bag, right? And then when we leave, I just go. I don't have to worry about packing a toiletry bag. It's insane to pack a toiletry bag when you travel a lot. That's insane. You should have a toiletry bag that's just there and ready to go. That you have because do you have a toothbrush that sits in your toiletry bag?
I do now.
Yeah. Why wouldn't you?
But I don't have like razors and stuff that's in my toiletry bag. I share the same razor with my shower and my toiletry bag. I don't have two separate. Shower? Yeah.
And that, but to me, that makes no sense because now you have to remember to pack it and then you have to remember to unpack it.
Or I just deal with what I got.
But you have 2. I know you have more than one razor.
No, I only have 1.
That's not true. Well, you've taken mine multiple times.
I only have 1.
Because you take mine? One. Is that why?
No.
So if I just bought you another one, would you just not use mine and then
I don't know. I just use the one that's in
Whatever
my
you
toiletry bag.
see is what you grab.
No, I use the one that's in my bag, and when I need to use it, I put it in the shower, and then when I need to take it with me, I put it in my bag.
Okay. That's insane. And then you wonder why you forget stuff.
The razor's not that big a deal to me. Again, I don't shave that often. Not because my face.
I'm just saying, but I don't like forgetting things. So it's like, why don't I just have it ready to go and then we go?
Yeah. I just never thought the razor that you had is that big.
It is big when you also have a toiletry bag that you're trying to pack, soap, shampoo, toothpaste.
Because to me, the razor's the same size as your shampoo. You can't even pack that. Are you talking about the big shampoo?
No, I have a little tube of shampoo.
The to-go one?
Yeah, you obviously don't know anything about in my bag.
I mean, it's not obvious. I do know what's
It
in
is
your bag.
obvious.
I don't know everything.
No,
What's in my bag?
What?
You don't know either.
I go through your stuff because I do your laundry. So
I'm talking about my toiletry bag.
Yeah, I go. It's open I've seen it because it's open when I'm going through your bag and doing your laundry. I can see what's in your toiletry bag.
Mm.
Just facts.
All right, what's in it?
Not a razor.
Razor's in it.
Sometimes.
No, it's in there more than it's in the shower.
Okay. Soap sometimes.
Soap's always in there.
That's not true.
It is.
You used hotel soap before?
No.
Ever?
Not in the last year. 2 years?
All right.
I was at soap.
All right, this is dead conversation. This is why I didn't want to get on this rant. But
Why?
because it's just a dead one.
No, it's a conversation. That's the whole point of it.
It's the dead one.
All right.
I will keep going down my
Rabbit hole of shavers.
Yeah.
So if you know one that's portable size of a bar of soap, USB-C, not girthy, and it shaves.
I'll tell you right now, it's like, I mean, there's some comments. I mean, I usually read the comments, but we haven't been doing the comments for a while.
Well, we saw a shot clock. Ryan said you guys both look great.
Okay.
We're just drinking. And then USB-C is goat.
No, we don't either. We're just drinking.
I don't know what that was for, though.
That was for V-Day. We're talking about Valentine's Day. It's been a minute.
Yeah.
USB-C is not goat.
It is.
I feel like Lightning was way overlooked. It had less breakable parts. The Lightning port had less breakable parts than a USB-C.
Mm.
As a technician, less breakable parts. There's still, in USB-C, there's still that stupid little tongue inside of the port. There's a oval hole and then a piece of plastic that has some connections on the inside of that port. That's a breakable part.
Yeah.
Lightning was just a stick and a hole.
Maybe Apple didn't want to share it.
Less breakable parts.
Maybe they didn't want to share technology.
No, I mean, I just feel like it was
for
one of
the
those
world.
things of somebody, I think it was who actually spearheaded that was Europe.
Hmm.
Europe was the big
they
one.
were.
They really were. They were like, USB-C is what we're using.
Yep.
Screw all this other crap. European Union is the one that kind of went,
I was
nope,
up for it. Yeah.
no more. We're doing nothing but USB-C. So I'm glad they chose something. I'm just because it was ridiculous before. But I do like USB-C. But I just feel like as a physical port, Lightning was not the cables. Apple is not my favorite person when it comes to building cables. That is fact. Yeah, all their cables seem to deteriorate, especially when you bend them. But my also thing is like, why are you bending them? But less breakable parts in Lightning ports. They just was.
Mm.
Yeah.
Now we got USB-C.
But I love USB-C.
My only what's up is it's 3-day weekend, so everybody enjoy. I got
3-day weekend for who?
everybody.
You're not working on Monday?
No, I'm working Monday.
Okay, thanks. Thanks for that.
I'm going to the Bay, unfortunately. My favorite place in the entire world.
All right.
But for a majority of the world, it's a 3-day weekend.
Is it?
Yeah.
Government workers. The ones
Bank
that are
employees.
are the ones that are all told to retire. All those.
Those are just federal ones.
Oh.
State ones still have jobs. Libraries are closed. State employees, federal employees, banks. Teachers. Students, everyone's got 3-day weekend. Parents, you have your kids for 3
you
days,
don't get
whether
a
you
day
know
off.
it or not.
You have to work harder.
Your kids are home Monday. Be
If
ready.
you have school kids, you have to work harder.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's all I had. That's all I got this weekend.
Eyes are tired.
Mine too. You ever some shout outs?
I shout out.
Woo!
You're way more button happy than you've been in a long time.
Yeah.
You usually don't push buttons.
It's true.
So what's going on? Let's unpack that. What's going on?
I just want to.
You just want to be in charge tonight?
No, I don't want to be in charge. I just want to push the button. It's different.
You normally don't want to push the button.
It's true. But you weren't.
That's why tonight.
You weren't going for the button, so I pushed the button.
Wasn't.
Anyways, I have 2 shout outs. How many you have?
2.
All right, go ahead.
Say it again.
Go ahead.
So you like being in charge, huh? All right. Big shout out. I won't give out a name.
Okay.
But our therapist, our ex-therapist, we broke up. She has moved on to honestly bigger and better things. We did talk to her. We had our last therapy session, and she's not just going home to stay with the kids, which was kind of a relief in a sense.
Why?
Well, she's going home to be with the kids, but she's still doing something because that, like, as a result, right?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, yeah.
No, he didn't. It's like, why? No, she's doing is it birth the 3-year-old kind of thing?
I think so.
Yeah. It has to do with their social emotional awareness and their life and how giving them a tool belt before they're 3.
Yeah.
On how to deal with certain emotions and do this kind of thing. So since she has littles that are that age, she's like, hey, let me branch out into that.
Yeah.
I was like, spot on.
Didn't even know. I didn't know she only had a 1-year-old.
Well, we never asked.
That's true. I don't think you're supposed to, though.
Well, it was our last day. So it was kind of like, I think if we asked before, she would probably have been a lot more evasive about it. That's why we never asked.
Yeah.
But I was like, this is our last therapy session with her. So I thought this was the time to ask.
Yeah.
So asked what she's doing. So she is moving on to those types of things. It's through an actual elementary school or a preschool or elementary school, some sort of homeschool alliance thing. I don't know. I didn't really pry because it's like, hey, I want my bang for my buck. I'm paying you. No, it's not that. But it was one of those things it was really nice to find out that she's not just quitting being a therapist.
Yeah.
She was doing something in that lane. I thought that was pretty dope.
Yeah.
So huge shout out to our ex-therapist.
I know. It makes me sad. I like her. I liked her.
Oh, don't give away. It was a female.
I
Now
think
you know
we've
who it
already
is.
said that multiple times. I think we've said her name
Oh,
on here.
narrowed it down.
I think we've said her name.
Female
I
therapist.
know. She's like, so do you guys want me to recommend you to someone else? And I'm like, no, I don't want you to.
No, because I've really worked on a lot of things, and Sarah's never going to change. That's what she
It's
says.
true.
So
What's the point?
therapy's not going to help her.
It's not. It hasn't
Only
helped me
helped-
at all.
Yeah.
Hey, news. I want to take off this next shout out, but I guess I'll keep it down there since I wrote it down. I was going to shout out this a-hole right here. I'm going to say a bad word.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Whole.
I gave him a task
Nah, don't shout
to
out
pick
that.
up some
Don't shout
things
this out.
for our music booster, and he did it,
Please don't.
and I appreciate it.
It's a dumb shout out.
No, it's not. It's a
Super
good shout
dumb.
out.
Super dumb.
Why?
You asked your husband, partner to do something and he did it. That's not a shout out.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
You
What you're
did
supposed to do.
something outside of what your norm is. That is
Yeah,
a
but
shout out.
still, it's just
All right, I take it back. There's no
There you
shout
go.
out.
it's bare.
Go ahead,
You have
your turn.
you have no shout out.
I still have one more, but I'm gonna take this one out.
Yeah, then go to the next one.
Never mind.
You don't have to write. Never mind.
I already did.
It's a great album, by the way.
So Becca went out yesterday with Julian, and they haven't seen each other in a while. I want to say it's been like six-ish months. But they went to dinner, and I don't know what time Becca got home, but I was texting her this morning because usually she's like a 7:30.
When the sun came up, did she get home after the sun came up?
I don't know. But she's usually like a very early morning person because she's getting the kids ready and she responds to the kids. And so I messaged her today and she hasn't been responding. And then it was like, I don't think she started responding even to like group text message that we have until like 11. And I was like, long night? She's like, I don't even know what time we got back. We started doing shooters and then there was some other place we went to, and I was like, good for you. She's like, not good for me. I got the kids ready for school. I came back and went to sleep. I was like, good job, Becca.
There was a video. I'm trying to cleanse my palate every night. So I'm watching funny videos. Kind of my thing. Instead of watching something too comedy, like smart comedy, I'm trying to take the smart comedy out and do funny comedy, and then I'm not trying to do anything serious.
Mm-hmm.
This is probably what my night was crazy last night because I finished Cobra Kai and then went to bed. But no, on that same lane was one of my favorite little. I wish I couldn't find it because it was in a full. I know I'm ping ponging, but it was a full like hour-long video, but it only had one little like 15-second one in there, and it didn't have a little TikTok tag or an Instagram. I was like, I don't know where to find it. But it was like it was a guy pouring shots down the kitchen, light out, everything is like, babe, you want a pre-funk? All right, we're pouring the shots. All right, you want a pre-funk before we go out? And you hear her in the background, and she goes, babe, we're just taking the kids to the park. And he goes, do you want a shot or not? And she goes, well, of course I want the shot. I was like, yes, this is real. This is parenting. No, it's like we're walking with the kids to the park.
Yeah.
You want a pre-funk before we go out? I was like, that was like so fun, so funny to me because it's like there's so much life behind surviving as parents. Yeah. So that kind of shout out to the parents out there that are just like, you feel like you're in survival mode, but you're doing way better than just being in survival mode.
Yes.
Like
it's a strong
survival mode is different. Survival mode is you don't have time to be in love. You don't have time for passion. You don't have time for friends. If you take away everything that like friends, passion, drive, entertainment, take away all those things and you're not doing any of those things, you're in survival mode.
Yeah.
Which is a thing too. But do realize that if you're doing any of those things, like still enjoying some entertainment, still watching some TV shows with your significant other, still connecting with your friends, still doing, still playing some games, you're not in survival mode.
Right.
And that's where you need to be.
Yeah. That's
super healthy. It's a great place to be. Survival mode's a completely different level.
Scary.
Yeah, it's not fun.
Yeah. All right, what's your other shout
out? That's where Rocket Dog comes in.
Oh, okay.
Shout out, we went to a hot dog joint.
In the know.
Mariah. We went to
she's been there.
But she's a hot dog fan, and she had FOMO. She told CJ to die. Because he was eating a hot dog without her. There's a place in Fresno that we went into, and their main thing is dogs.
Yes.
Hot dogs, brats, everything. The brat that I had like mac and cheese on it.
And bacon bits, I think.
And bacon bits.
Yeah.
And croutons. It tastes like baked mac and cheese on top of my brat.
And a pretzel bun.
Woo! Pretzel bun. Woo! That's probably why my stomach hurts still to this day. And then I ordered fries.
Yes.
Woo!
Blue
with some
cheese and
hot blue
sauce.
cheese and Tabasco.
Yeah.
Woo! I gotta say, that was delicious. And the first bite I took, I knew I was not gonna feel well.
Yeah.
And I was like, the taste of it, those things that when you eat and you go, I'm not going to feel well after this, so I'm not going to eat it.
Yeah.
It was like, why would you eat this if you're not going to feel well? Well, I'm going to eat this because it Tastes great. I'm going to be in happy mode for the next 12 hours.
Yeah.
Because it was so good. And then the 12 hours after that are going to
It's gonna be rough.
not so good.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why I'm still. Ooh.
That upset tummy for a week now.
It's a weird, like, lower bloating.
Mm.
Must be on my period.
It's not.
Mama, are you on your period?
No.
I'm on mine, I think.
Maybe.
Seriously. I haven't checked. I
You
haven't
should do
checked my
dead
vagina.
bug.
I should check my vagina to see if it's bleeding.
Do dead bug.
I don't
Always
know. What
helps.
does that mean? Oh, happy baby?
No, dead
Kinda?
bug. Not happy baby.
Dead bug sounds way worse than happy baby.
Well, happy baby, your feet
Dead
just...
bug is just a squished bug.
No, dead bug is when you have one arm
Oh.
back and your leg forward and you switch.
That's what a dead bug does?
Yeah, when it's dying. It's more like dying bug.
You mean by arsenic or something?
Yeah. Chrysanthemum oil.
That's awful.
Do dead bug.
Oh,
That always helps your lower belly.
sounds
Just
awful.
saying, as somebody who gets lower belly pain, you should try it.
But I can't, I think it's external. Like I feel like I got punched in the gut, not like, maybe I'm just constipated.
You want me to punch you?
I mean, you're probably gonna anyway.
I mean, you want me to punch you in the stomach?
Yeah, with the cameras on.
Okay,
So
come on.
people would know
Go on.
that she
let's do
does
it.
actually strike me.
Let's
No,
do
we're
it.
not doing this.
Oh.
The cameras are, no. No. It can't live here by myself.
So you know I have a crazy fear of birds.
Yeah, but dead bugs are fine.
But here's the
Dying
thing.
bugs.
So there was a house that I went to today, and they have their entryway, but then above their entryway they have like this glass panel. And so I ring the doorbell, and all I hear is and I could hear it above me, and I'm like, it's gonna be fine, Sarah. Don't look.
Is it the doorbell?
No, it wasn't the doorbell. So I do the audit. I come out, and it was the saddest thing ever. A hummingbird stuck.
Mhm.
It's trying to get out because it sees the glass, but it can't make its way out. And I was thinking,
Did you help it?
I can't help it.
Why?
It's like friggin' up there. I'm
Did
not
you-
like bring me a ladder.
What did you say? Hey, did you know there's a hummingbird stuck? Did you tell them?
You can't not know there's a hummingbird.
Did you not tell
I
them?
did not tell them.
Okay.
It's the loudest thing in the world. You can't not hear
What is
it.
the word? What is the phrase again? Like, evil men prevail because good people do nothing? Because a good man does nothing?
I'll send them a message and say there's a hummingbird stuck in your door.
No, I was like, they might not know.
You can't not know.
Do they even come out that door?
Yes, it's their, yes. As I'm sitting there, the husband and the son both came in through the front door that I came in to do the audit with
But
me.
did you know, I was watching, no joke, I was watching multiple videos. I went down kind of a rabbit hole because I watch Your Mom's House, with Tom Segura. There's a guy who he's like a pastor, but he does like these dating interview things. And throughout multiple videos, the beeping from the 9-volt not working in their fire alarm, he can hear it, while the other person on the other end that they're actually talking to, he can hear it through their phone. They don't hear it.
That's crazy.
No, they don't actually hear it. He goes, do not hear she goes, I have no idea what you're speaking about. It's not just one person. This is not like one person doing that. So many people, if there's a certain noise in your house that's been happening for a long time, or
Yeah.
it's continuous, it becomes white noise. So the chirp of a smoke alarm beeping will disappear after a while.
Now I'm gonna have the mess. Okay, first off, I've never
That's
I know,
science.
but I've never had a chirping noise disappear.
No.
I've never had to go off and be like,
Do you know
I haven't
why?
noticed.
Because you're not neurotic. You're actually like there's certain people that are like actually neurotic. They
I have to
can't.
message him about the hummingbird.
Yeah, I just feel like, hey, by the way, why are you murdering hummingbirds? And they're going, oh, we put them in there so they do a slow death, and then we eat them as an
Maybe.
appetizer.
That's a
And they were
fair
like,
statement.
okay, not doing that audit next year.
I mean, still will.
Okay.
Just a bird. We eat chicken.
Yeah, but they asked you to come inside. I was like, are you sure you don't want to bathe your feet in this boiling water?
They didn't even make me take my shoes off. I asked.
To boil your feet?
Just to be,
It's weird. That's a weird way to
just to follow their tradition
cook feet.
of not wear shoes in the house.
They had a tradition?
Everyone's shoes were already off, and she had house slippers on, and everyone took the shoes off when they
So
came
nobody
inside.
actually leaves the house.
No, they leave the house.
Nobody heard that hummingbird.
You can't not. It was so friggin' loud. You can't not hear.
Obviously, they did.
It was
Obviously,
like, You know when a mosquito comes in your ear and you're like, what? Why is that so loud for being a mosquito? It was like that, but all around you, like surround sound. It's so loud.
But you're also one of those people that has, when it comes to flying things and buzzing things, you're hypersensitive to that.
It's true.
So that could have sounded like a street light to them.
That's very true. I said I'm back to jump.
Because, I mean, street lights hum. You know?
Yeah.
So all I'm saying is, like, there's a certain tuning out that people do. Like, the noises that happen right above us constantly, you tune those out.
I just heard it. I mean, he's been making noises the whole time.
He's been quiet for the last, like, 15 minutes, which is...
I was like, you say seconds, but yeah.
I fell asleep. Fallen asleep.
Can I tell you the crazy thing I heard? And I'm sorry that this is like a weird episode. But anyways, so I talked to somebody who grows avocados. They've been growing them for 100 years.
Do they make toast too?
But they also used to grow.
Or do they make guacamole? What is this?
No.
Why is this an avocado toast episode?
There's the name of the episode. But they also used to grow citrus, and they only grow organic limes, oranges, lemons.
Lame.
So what I learned was there is some bug that's going through right now in the citrus only the organic citrus community that's taking out orchards. Because
one bug,
whatever the bug is, one type of bug,
not just one bug,
and it's coming over. It's
not like Santa Claus.
It's not even more terrible for racist, but it came over from China. Oddly enough, the name of it's really long.
Are you sure it came from China?
Yes.
Says who?
So
the person that told you, or you looked this up?
I didn't look it up. So the person who told me, it didn't affect his orchards because he doesn't grow lemons anymore. But he's again, his family has been in this industry for 100 years. But
were they white?
He's white.
Okay.
Anyways.
They're blaming it on the Chinese.
I mean, if he was white in California, he'd blame it on Hispanic people. That's the more racist thing. Anyways. But so what it does is like when it basically affects the tree, like it attacks the tree, but you don't know until it's been months. So nothing you can do about it at that point. So like that's why he stopped growing citrus in California. He's like, we have like 3 trees left because it literally took out all of our citrus orchards. It's happening in Florida. He's like, so expect the price of citrus to start going up because there's nothing you can do about it. You have to use pesticides, but if you're going to go organic, it's literally just taking out whatever it wants to take out because there's nothing you can do about it. And I'm like, that's crazy. Yeah.
Is it crazy?
No, but it's just interesting. It's a very interesting conversation.
Like, I always look at it as like, here's the way I look at it as like, how much citrus is grown in China?
I have no idea.
Compared to California, central California.
I have no idea. I'm assuming we grow more.
Not even close. Not even close.
Are you sure?
We export from here probably to China. Like, so it would make sense that
the bug doesn't.
We bring something from another place over to where there's like citrus, delicious.
Yeah.
They're like, I've never seen this. Probably like crack to this bug.
True.
I mean, we have to look as like, what is it? Cows are not native to the United States.
Right.
And we wonder why we get mad cow disease.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
they weren't meant to be on this continent. Do you know what were? Buffalo and deer.
Yeah. I don't like those. Too gamey.
No, but not.
So gamey. Okay. Last thing I learned. Avocados stay on the tree for 18 months.
Oh my God.
But wait, let me finish.
This is the great avocado episode. I'm going to get a beer.
Okay, fine. Everybody else wants to know.
Great avocado episode.
So before, I want to say it's like 10 years ago, 90% of avocados in the entire world came from California. And now it's changed. We're only at 10% and 90% comes from Mexico. So I learned that if you go to farmers markets in Central Coast area, during springish time, when they normally have farmers markets. So May to September, you get actually grown avocados from that area at the farmers markets. And they're really, really good. Because my complaint when you get an avocado from the farmers market, it's from the store. You're like, what is this? Why is it a weird texture? Or it's super hard and then it goes completely brown. Once you just touch it. But I guess you can go to the farmers markets in Central Coast during farm market season, which is a thing, May to September. And you get really good avocados. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to import them back to Sacramento and sell them for $1 million. Just kidding. But I do want to do that. Oh, he's got a pee now. Well, you want me to move on to my, I don't know where we're going after this. I'll just keep chatting. Okay. So then, what else did I do this week? Oh, I said I even took a picture for Scooter. So I went to this company and they literally just buy wine barrels from other wineries and then they sell them. And usually the wine barrels go to like overseas or they get reused. And like there's a company in Mexico that they sell to and they'll turn them into something else. So I will post this picture later. So I went in this audit and this lady had wine barrels that they turn into leather fronted seats. And then the back was the wine barrel. And then embroidered, like on it was burnt in, was like their logo of their company. And I thought, this looks friggin' fantastic. And I kind of want one of them. They you can only sit up straight, but they were super cool. And I kind of wanted one. I actually thought, how much does it cost to buy a wine barrel? I mean, I can't put it anywhere, but I feel like I kind of want one. Yeah, that's all I have, guys. Those are my weird adventures this week. And Scooter's still gone. It's a long time to pee. Hurry up! I'm out of words. So we're having a thing about Advise Me Not. We feel like we need some good topics to talk about. So like we need things that have good opinions and like we're really opinionated about. So I wrote some things down, but I don't know what was going to work. I'm just going to put up a poll and see what do people want us to talk about. That's all. Oh, look, he's back. He's back.
You don't get to.
Can I show you the picture I was telling everybody about?
Oh, God. Did you post it? Did you show them?
No, I said I was going to post it, but I haven't posted it yet.
Post them. Show them on the camera or something.
It'd be real hard. Look at these. They're chairs made out of wine barrels.
There you go.
Where am I showing this?
There's the camera in the middle. The big camera in the middle.
Hold on, I gotta zoom in so you can see it. Can you see that?
See the camera's right there.
I know, but
go on the other side of the mic. There you go. Yeah.
How cool.
Yeah.
So they're wine barrels and I'm like leather seats.
It's like Inception. You can see you're watching the video at the same.
Oh, crazy.
Stupid.
Anyways.
So again, I have a strong opinion about it. Doesn't mean that I don't vary out. I just have an opinion about it. Like anything that's in season, you should be eating.
Yeah.
That's the way universe, God kind of created stuff. So,
but in season where you live?
I think so. I think that makes the most sense.
That's the hard part is that like it can be in season depending on where you're at in the planet. It could be in season and they import it in.
Yeah, but that makes the most sense to eat local whatever's being grown and is in season locally. Now that's easier said than done because we live in California.
Yes.
But there's a reason why people from like the Midwest and it's meat, potatoes, like because they're grown and they're in season and the meat there is good. And
I wonder if that's why I like fruit and veggies over meat. Because it's what's more here.
Well, you were also born and raised here.
Yeah.
So it could be a born and raised type of thing because I was born and raised with meat and potatoes.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I have less craving for fruit and more craving for meat, potatoes, vegetables.
Yeah.
Like a fruit is like, that sounds good, but I would much rather have some sort of really awesome vegetable right now. I'd rather have like a broccoli or a celery or green beans or just something, something. I said green, like I said green beans, green veggies.
There's a green cauliflower.
That's broccoli.
No.
They can call it cauliflower all they want, but that looks just like broccoli.
No. It looks like cauliflower.
You have a stroke.
That's not funny. It's inevitable.
Hiccups are something after when you have a stroke. They hit
How old am
hiccups.
40? Got like 2 more years left.
Before a stroke?
Yeah. Hope you're ready.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Right.
You're going to have a stroke? No, I'm not ready.
Oh.
Are you kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me? I was like, no.
Sorry, guys.
No. Don't talk like that.
The jeans.
Sounds insane. Talking insane.
It's okay. It's gonna sound awful. I was talking with Becca, and there was something. There's
Rebecca,
a quote.
her sister.
Sorry, my sister. There's a quote that she says basically, if I die, I die, and it just has to do with like health issues that we have that are just like pretty genetic. And so my brother was talking about because he's had some health stuff going on when he like in the past couple years, and he basically said the same thing. He's like, if I die, I die, and I'm like, what is wrong with us? These are like serious health things, and we're just like it is what it is. But honestly, it is what it is. I mean, yes, you can do things to make a difference, but also there are literally some things that's like fighting against your genes is so flipping hard, and you just really hope for the best. So probably not like 2 years, but like 10. His phone.
Well, I'm trying to look up
Stroke signs. I know what they are.
No, I'm trying to. Not really. There was somebody that I follow. She was part of. Yeah, she was part of like when they tried to revive G4 TV.
Mm-hmm.
And how do I want to say it? Because I hate saying cancel culture, but like it came back at the height, at kind of the apex of everybody getting canceled.
Yeah.
For just, I mean, for having an opinion. If you don't agree with it, move on to something else. Like it's you had to click on it to watch it.
Yeah.
It's not like they're coming into your house, walking in and saying all these things. It's like you watched it.
Right.
And then like move on. If it's not something, I was like, I don't watch the 300 Club. Like I just
what?
No, I'm just saying. I was like, but I also don't watch. What are they called? I don't watch the porn awards either.
Is that a thing?
They have, yes, of course they have porn awards.
Interesting.
Well, somebody that won like the best anal was on like a podcast, but she won it, but she's also not in it anymore. And she's,
what kind of podcast are you watching?
Oh, it was Tiger Belly, the one with Bobby Lee. But it was like, but she was very funny and very like, she's married and has a kid now, and like made her a shit ton of money, and she's like, it's just not my thing. But it's like I don't watch those things either, right? But it's like that's a choice. So this was G4 TV, and like somebody went on a rant about you don't have to be pretty. Like the old school G4 TV girls were pretty, like Olivia Munn and what was that other name from whatever it was. Like that, but that's where Olivia Munn came from, was G4 TV. That's what made her popular. Now she's like, she actually she have like breast cancer or something now too. But she became a very sexy model person, but she was also very nerdy and very geeky. And I was like, but that was just by luck, I think, that she was attractive and nerdy.
Yeah.
But now it's like some of the nerdy girls are not considered hot. So somebody went on a rant about that. One of the girls that was considered not typical attractive. The whole audience kind of canceled her, and then the whole thing went down. And I'm like, this is idiotic. Like, talk to her about it and say, have your own show.
Yeah.
Like, do that on your own podcast and let's move on. Don't apologize for what you said, but apologize saying this wasn't the right platform for it. If that's kind of your thing, I do this on my own platform, and then we move on. But no, the whole freaking channel gets canceled. I was like, this is so dumb. So somebody that, what's her name? Gina Darling. Her dad just had a stroke, and I think we get disconnected when it comes to people that we consider that are famous or popular. We think they have a shit ton of money. Right? They don't.
Right.
Like, even if you find somebody popular and they're like, their net worth is like $5 million. That's their net worth, which is a lot of money. But realistically, look into that person, and that person that is making that $5 million is supporting like a dozen people.
Right.
Because they're the only person
Yep.
in their whole family that did anything with themselves.
Yep.
So they're taking care of their parents, their siblings, their nephews, their aunties, and that's who she is. She's the only like one that makes any money. So she's taking care of like siblings. She's got to pay all the bills for her dad, all those kind of things. And I'm like, it's just one of those situations. Just because somebody has a lot of clicks and a lot of views doesn't mean that they're up in that out. But it just was a stroke. And that's why I said the hiccup thing. I was like, I did look into that. I was like, because she did a video of her dad doing better and holding her hand and stuff. She just showed his hand, but you could hear hiccups. And she was like, don't worry, hiccups are normal for somebody who just had a stroke. And I'm like, ooh, maybe I should learn I didn't know that.
It's whenever my smile goes crooked.
Your smile's never crooked.
Huh?
Your smile's never
But
crooked.
that's, someone's having a stroke.
I mean, it's sinister.
Usually disproportionate.
Your smile is very sinister looking and very...
You say smile and half of it's dragging.
And it's condescending and...
My smirk.
No, it's sometimes... You have a look that's kind of like...
Disappointing.
No, it's more like... Shut the F up.
That's fair.
And I'm like... I didn't say anything.
Yeah.
It's one of those.
But you wanted to.
No. Yeah. Well,
just kidding.
Now I don't. So, do we have entertainment? Did you have any entertainment?
I don't.
Cobra Kai, baby.
I mean, tribunal justice is back if anybody's really into that.
That sounds stupid. What is that?
So,
Stupid.
Judge Judy Shineland. Remember Judge Judy?
Yes.
She has a show called Justice Judy.
Yes, we know.
But now she also is an EP of a show called Tribunal Justice, and her son's on it. And there's 3 judges that hear a case, and then they come up with a verdict on the case. So that's back. I watch every single episode. Every single day. I didn't realize it came back, so I watched like 7 episodes at one time, and I was like, this is so awesome. And then now I'm caught up and it's sad.
That's awful.
So Tribunal Justice.
Yeah.
See, Rebecca said they find the most unfortunate looking people for that show. They really do.
She said she's caught up.
See? Me too now. I just got up today. It's just like, it's not even they go and they're like, hey, you have a small claims court or small claims case. They're like, do you look like you either live in the hood or a trailer?
But
you might be related.
I'm just trying to think. I'm trying to dig into the psyche of people that are into these kind of things. Is it because you think your life's not great, but you can find something you look at that's shittier than yours, and that makes you feel better? No, I'm just saying the psyche of these shows. Like, no, it's like...
Oh, the watcher or to be on the show?
The watcher. Mm. Because it's obviously, it's not for me, but it's for millions and millions.
Have you tried?
It's for millions and millions of people, right? It is. And I feel like it's not I think it's the interest of the human psyche. Like, what happened to this person to get to this point?
Yes.
Are they born with something that they need to go to therapy and get something and do like whatever it's called, do ketamine or what's the EMDR or something? Do they need to get out of something, or did just life treat them and they made a series of wrong choices and then they got to this point?
Yeah. And
then that's the way you look at that person and go, whoa, how did they get there? That's a curiosity. But you also go, the watcher that's watching that, how did you get there? How did you get to the point where looking at people that are distraught and are crazy to you, super, like, you're way off, but that's entertainment to you because you feel better about yourself? Is it because is there an endorphin? Is there some sort of hit you get by going, hey, I watched something and I'm not that bad? Do you feel better about yourself? I don't know. I'm not saying that's not a judgment at any people. I'm just like, there's something in that because there's a dynamic that they call it trash TV, right?
Yeah.
There's a reason somewhere in the human psyche to where trash TV is in the top 10 of everything across every streaming service.
Yeah.
So we have to go, Why is that?
You know what I find it? So I'll read Becca's comment first. Becca said, I love court cases. I've learned a lot about the law from those shows, which is a fair statement. But
But there's still a show.
Yeah.
So,
but there's still the law.
But when they sign off on those shows, you have to go, whatever that judge says, this is what you get.
Yeah.
It's not as legal as the legal system is.
It's pretty darn close.
I'm just saying,
Judge Judy is more legal than the tribunal justice.
Okay,
I'll give you that.
All I'm saying is, for entertainment purposes, they can change it for entertainment purposes, and then still make a judgment call for that, because the person that went on that show signed off and said, whatever this judge says, I cannot appeal it. I cannot do anything.
But
that's it.
But legally, I don't think you can do that either.
What do you mean?
That's why they have to abide by the law, because legally, you can't take away someone's.
It's not about taking away somebody's right, but you
can't sign away you can't have somebody literally arbitrarily sign away all their legal rights because you're on a show.
You can't retry your case.
It depends on what they say.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Have you ever heard of anybody in those things that have actually gone on to a retrial somewhere else?
So it depends on what the judge says.
Have you ever?
I don't follow anybody, but I'm telling you right now, the judge.
So you don't know. You're saying you don't know.
You don't watch. Just listen to what I'm saying. The judge will literally say, if they take your case away without prejudice, you can go back and refile what you want to file in your local court. If you're choosing to have them see it, it's just like being in a local small claims court, and they have to, whatever the judge says, it's the same thing, whether you're at your home place or on TV. It's the same laws that you have to abide by. Because even when they go in there and they want to sue somebody for $10,000, if their local small claims court says you can't sue them for 10 grand, you can only sue them for 5 as the max, they can't do anything but give them the 5 grand. That's just how it works. Anyways, what I was going to say, I find it interesting because it's like, to me, it's like when you go to audits and you get 15 minutes with somebody and you learn 15 minutes of their life and then you move on. To me, it's that same feeling of like, it's interesting, 15 minutes of your life and now we're all done. I don't have to care any more than that. I actually don't care any more than that.
Right.
But it's interesting to hear someone else's perspective for 15 minutes and you move on with your day.
Because maybe that's the intrigue. Maybe the intrigue is I get to see this small arc of their life. Right. You don't get to know like how they're doing with their relationship with their children, their relationship with, you get this small little arc, you get a little bite of this person, and that bite is intense. But I'm saying that's what I mean by endorphins. You get the endorphin kind of hit from that and then move on.
It reminds me of being on a jury. It literally reminds me of being on a jury. And you get to hear what you get to hear, and then you get to have to make a decision based on the information that you got to hear.
Right.
That's not all the information that exists, but that's the information that you got to hear.
That's so. Let's talk about that. I was like, if you want to unpack that, I was like, nobody sitting in the jury thinks like that. I feel like I think like that.
I do.
But the other people that you discuss stuff with, they're like, nobody said that.
Right.
Like you've sat on a jury. I sat on a jury of a murder case, and other people are saying all this stuff. And I was like, well, what if they did this? I was like, nobody said that.
Yeah.
Nobody said any what if.
Right.
There's no what if.
That's not how this goes.
Like, here's the things.
Right.
Make the decision off the things.
Yes.
And they go, well, what if they came from this kind of background? And what if they did have a gun before? I was like, what are you talking about? That's not what we're doing.
Right.
I was like, shut up and move on.
What if is what if?
Why are we sitting here for a week talking about stuff that we have no idea happened? Yeah. We can only go off of what we saw and what we heard.
Yes.
That's it. Move on.
Agreed.
So I was like, but I think that's kind of it's an intrigue to me, because those kind of shows, like, I get into those shows, but not the court ones that much. I don't like going to court. I don't like being in court. Court's not fun for me. And it's not entertaining for me. It's like so many things that I had to go to court for, and I've never won ever, and I'm like,
it's rough.
Well, because I did all the right things and still didn't win. And I'm like, but the other people that cheated and lied about stuff, they won. And I'm like sitting there going, I hate this so much. I really hated it. Every time I got into court. That's every time, because I never went to court for my minors in possession. I was like, yeah, I did that. I was like, there's no going to court for that. But yeah, so I don't find the entertainment in that. Court just doesn't. I watched Night Court. So that's funny.
Yeah, but
That's just comedy.
there was a lady on there the other day. She had 9 kids.
Yeah.
How many custody? How many kids she had custody of?
What?
1.
Yep.
And then she got upset that they brought it up. She's like, "This has nothing to do with this case." And they're like, "Kind of."
Babe, maybe you like it because you know people that have been in all of these. I mean, you have a cousin like that.
No, she has custody of all her kids. She might have
All
9,
but
but
2.
no, she has all of them.
Oh wow,
Yeah, no, she's got them all.
that's insane.
Should she? Don't know, but she has them all.
Well,
that's just how it goes. Anyway, that's been my entertainment. And Elsbeth, I caught up on Elsbeth this week, which I feel like you wouldn't like it, which is why I don't watch it with you. But everybody, it's like, you know when you watch Friends and you're like, man, I can't believe all these people have been on Friends. Or like Law and Order, we're like, I can't believe all these people have been on Law and Order.
yeah.
The amount of people on Elsbeth is crazy. I'm
Yeah.
like, why is everybody on this show?
Yeah.
Who's backing this?
There was before. It was a Paul. No, it was Paul Reiser. Do you remember Paul
Yeah.
Reiser and Helen Hunt?
Mhm.
What show?
Mad
was
About
that?
You?
Mad About You. Go back and watch that
Yeah.
someday. Like the people that were on that is insane.
That's what I'm saying.
The
It's like
people
Elsbeth.
that were on what was the one with David?
Duchovny.
No, Larry David. It was about Seinfeld. What was the Larry David show?
I don't know. I didn't watch the Larry David show.
But it wasn't called the Larry David show.
No, I know. I haven't
But
watched Larry David in anything.
The people
since
that
then.
were on that, like insane amount of people. They were just like one episode.
Yeah.
And a lot of times they played themselves.
That's how Elsbeth is.
Just insane. To me.
It's bananas. It's such a.
So-
I mean, I like Elsbeth. though.
So
It's a good
here's
show.
then let's go down nostalgia lane.
'Kay.
You ready?
Yeah.
Cobra Kai.
Oh, geez. Okay.
Don't OGs. Every person, and maybe I'm wrong, but I was like 95% of the people that are still alive
'Kay.
that were in the original movies came back to play their exact same character.
That's cool.
Insane from moms to fight announcers to rivals to coaches to senseis to everything. It was like that, and I was like, who? That looks just like it is that guy.
Except for
Like,
Mr. Miyagi.
well, but they did
I know.
digitally recreate him
Yeah.
in it, which was
Weird.
the dumbest part of the whole. That was my least favorite part. But at least they played it as a like he was having a dream.
Mm.
So I think, oh, that made a little bit more like it looked awful. It was very Uncanny Valley, you know?
No.
No?
Uncanny Valley?
Uncanny Valley.
No.
No.
Is that a show?
No, Uncanny Valley is like what?
What?
Uncanny Valley is like when you have something that's rendered as like a mannequin or something that looks just lifelike,
Mm-hmm.
but there's something about it you can tell is not alive. And
Oh,
it's
okay.
not life. It's
Interesting.
Uncanny Valley. It's
Okay.
kind of like when you play a video game and you see all those things that was like you can tell it's not alive.
Hmm.
It's called Uncanny Valley.
Learn something new today.
It's done in rendering a lot. Happens in a lot of those kind of, but it was very Uncanny Valley, which bummed me out a little bit. But it was done in a dream, so it's fine. But I just say the whole. If you haven't watched Cobra Kai, you're missing out. Especially if you're like my age or a little bit younger or whatever, like you watch some of the Karate Kid growing up and all that kind of stuff. I was like, you should watch it because it really, it will broaden your mind.
Maybe I'll
Going, the
binge
bad
it.
guy's not always the bad guy because I think we're in that era.
Yeah.
We've been in that era for about a decade of like the bad guy is not always the bad guy. The good guy sometimes is the bad guy because it's a matter of perspective.
That's fair.
Yeah. So it's kind of a resolution of it. Especially the very final scene was not like dramatic or anything like it, but it was like, yeah, it was just cool.
All right. Cobra Kai and Tribunal Justice.
No.
Those
Cobra
are
Kai.
Those are the options this week.
Cobra Kai. You know why?
I said mine. Tribunal justice.
No mercy.
Oh, same.
Strike first.
I think it's the same rules.
Strike first.
Yeah.
No mercy.
Do you want to do an advise me not?
Let's try
It's
something.
already at 10 p.m.
Advise me not.
And it might have to be a good one. What you got?
I don't really have anything, but I can pull up something.
So I have a couple of
Okay,
things.
never mind then.
But I'm just gonna tell
Every
you what.
time I try and speak, you're like, no, I got something. Burp. It's fine. Go for it.
I was gonna tell you what I wrote down, and then you can.
Oh, I forgot about this. I forgot about my rant about greasy buns. We'll talk about that next time.
So all I have is empty nesting. How to know you're in a successful relationship. How do you cope with stress? Which I can't remember if we did this already. And then letting go, part 2. Part 2. Part 2. What do you have?
Addicted to the suffering.
Okay. What does that mean?
That's the whole point. Like, what does that mean?
I don't know. You want to talk about addicted to the suffering?
And then I know that I deserve more, but I'm scared to ask for it.
Which one you want?
I don't know. Those are all really good, especially mine.
I deserve more. How do I get it?
No. Not what I said.
I deserve more. How do I ask for it?
I know that I deserve more, but I'm scared to ask for it. Kind of a relationship thing. And the other thing is like addicted to the suffering. It's kind of like why are we repeating the behavior, and then we just like to complain about it, kind of thing. So
I'm gonna tinkle. You pick one.
or we can say, or we can go to my funny parts. So how about this? You ready for this? So here's a quote that no joke. Hopefully, yep, this is gonna go PG-13 because I'm gonna say F word once. Oh, this is funny too. Actually told this to Matthew the other day. These there's something that if you have a creative mind or a random mind, a brain that just doesn't stop thinking about random things, write some of this stuff down. Because it's not just cathartic, but could be a good joke someday. So here's one. So I might use this in my 5 minutes, so don't steal it. Because I don't know what it even means. I woke up in the middle of the night and said this. It said normal is between effing a crazy chick. See, I do quotes in the air, and a water buffalo. And I don't even know what a is. And that I did the quotes again. So I think that's the workings of a really good joke. If you don't understand the joke, I don't either. But it sounds hilarious. And I also feel like here's a fear that I came up with that I think I have. Because I feel like I'm a pretty aggressive, testosterone, manly kind of guy. And I feel like I've been losing my testosterone levels ever since I've done therapy.
You did say that.
Yeah, I was like losing testosterone through therapy. I really feel like that.
I need you to expand on that. What have you lost? What?
Because through therapy, I'm told to not be as aggressive,
Right.
as assertive, to listen before I do something.
Right.
Like not take charge, think of other people's opinions before I express my own, and all this kind of thing. Is like, well, then I feel like, well, what the fuck? What am I then? I'm literally like, I'm not even a beta. I'm almost like, almost omega on the list. It's like you have alphas, betas, and I'm like an omega. Like I'm sitting there like I have to think about everybody's
Yeah.
And I'm like, well,
but does that mean you have more control?
But no. Here's kind of the thing. Through therapy, I am told we are expressing that I need to, like, hey, listen to other people's opinions, see where other people are coming from, and then make a decision, and then, maybe let other people make decisions, and blah, blah, blah. And then I go down that list, and then you go, I married you because you're supposed to make the decisions. So I didn't want to make decisions, so you're supposed to take charge. And I'm like, well, that's effing confusing. That's super confusing.
But why is that confusing? Why can't because
I have to take everybody's consideration, everybody's opinion into the decision, yet nobody gives me their opinion, but I'm still supposed to make that decision according to you.
Yes.
And that makes no sense. That's so contradictory. It's so contradictory. It's insane.
Do you know that's it's gonna be real sexist. Do you know that's what most women have to do is make a decision, hoping that they know what everybody wants in their decision, and then go forward with that decision.
Right. But and I understand. I'm not. Yes, I understand what you're saying, but I'm not talking about you.
Right.
I'm not talking about a female in a decision. I'm talking about me. I'm talking about the guy with the testosterone.
Okay, then let me ask you a question.
This is not a discussion about what you have to go through, because 100,000% I understand what you're saying, because if you take charge and make a decision without getting other people's, you're a bitch. That's just who you are. You're an angry black woman.
So is the norm for
No, can you let me finish? Can you let me land?
No.
Okay, then go. So you wanted me to have this, and then you give it to me, and then you're going to take it.
I just have a question.
So
is the norm for guys to just make decisions without thinking about other people?
Yes.
Interesting. Okay, I didn't know. I didn't know that was
So I mean,
a typical guy thing.
I spend my whole life as a person trying to understand a woman, right? Men. That's what you're supposed to do. You're trying to understand where they're coming from, what they're doing, all those types of things, what they have to deal with. So are you saying that as a woman, you don't have to see it as what I see it as?
No, I do all the time.
Do you? Because that if that's news to you, then you don't.
It was news that I didn't realize that it was a male thing to not think about other people's opinions when they make a decision.
No, they think about the situation and the outcome. They don't think about other people's feelings. That's very true.
Not feelings. It doesn't be feelings, just
it has to do
other
with
people.
Or the outcome. The final outcome of all the people. We think about the greater good of the outcome of the people, and then we make that decision. Shit, 20% of the people died, but 80% lived. Perfect. That calculation is good.
Okay.
Right? That's how I'm looking. I was like, that calculation is good. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not. Don't put this saying this is what I'm saying is what we should be doing.
I would never.
I know that. All I'm saying is from a alpha male perspective, they're trying to not just dominate, but in the sense of look at the other people and go, okay, you have no clue what you're talking about, and you're gonna run off a ledge. So shut up, sit down, move away from the ledge. That's it. I don't care what you're feeling about. I don't care about what you feel about running towards a ledge. Yeah. I don't care why you're running towards the ledge. I don't care. All I know is you're going to run off that ledge, and I'm going to say, no, I'm going to pick you up and put you here and go, stop, don't move. That's it.
Do you think that therapy's taking that away?
The therapy statement is oh, well, well, maybe they're running towards a ledge because they have this. Oh shit, they just fell off the ledge. Well, I guess that's fine. It's but I feel like that's a very estrogen level. I was like, well, they fell off the ledge because they wanted to. I'm just saying that's the opposite. If you take the purity of it, I'm not talking. We all live in the middle of it,
right?
Okay, I'm not. This is not saying chicks do that. Did not say that.
I agree.
I'm saying if you say full or estrogen and full testosterone, those are, and we live somewhere in between. But if you're an estrogen driven human being, which is a XX chromosome, scientifically, and then the YXY chromosome, whatever, the guy has more testosterone. That's where we sway towards. That's it.
So you're saying therapy is making you stop and take a breath and think about the other people in the room. Isn't that good?
Not if it inhibits me from taking action. Because I sit here as like, hey, let's put the last few days. I was like, I thought about CJ for, I was like, hey, he's tired. He's doing the work. Okay, let him sleep in, all that kind of stuff. And, and then I try and go, hey, maybe you should do your chores. He goes, F you. And I'm like, well, obviously, I had no alpha in my last few days. There's no fear. Him going, I don't need to do what you say because you've just given me everything that I wanted the last few days.
Yeah, but I think the issue, and I mean, again, just this situation is that.
Let's not go in the situation. I'm just giving you an example.
Right.
Don't get too
I'm not
focused.
No.
This is a broader.
Right.
I'm saying this happens in a much larger scope.
Right. So all I was going to say is the decisions that were made before therapy, before the hampering down testosterone, led to more blow-ups.
Right.
This, I feel like maybe you took longer to make a decision and thought more about the decision, but in general, the house got back to symbiosis quicker than before therapy when it was just like boom, 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 boom.
But at the expense of who? Just me. I'm the one that had to suck it up.
But isn't it expensive if everyone's doing better?
No, I mean, realistically, when things kind of got a little bit, it was at the expense of me. I'm the one that kind of had to go, I can't get upset. I can't tell somebody they're being a dick. I can't tell you you're not communicating with your son. I can't say, we need to get this shit back reeled in. If I said that, everything fucking blows up.
I mean, you said it to me. No, it's not to him.
But not like that. I was like, hey, maybe we need to reel this in a little bit.
Yeah.
And
I just don't know that it's like your detriment.
But the person that's numbing it or dumbing it down for it to be a good situation is me. I'm the dude.
Right.
If I'm not the dude that does that, and then consider everybody else's opinions, that's what I'm looking at. It's like if I try to alpha, everybody's like, screw this guy.
Yeah.
He's an idiot.
Right.
But yet, yeah.
Interesting.
It's not interesting. It's fact. Some of these feelings are fact. I will die on that one.
Okay. I feel like it's for the better. I know you think it's to your detriment because I don't know. I just feel like it's
for the better of the household. That is true. That is so true. That is very, very true. But is it to the better of me as a person? I don't know yet. I have no idea yet.
I feel like you're gonna have better relationships with people.
Maybe.
And you not having relationships with your kids is something you don't do well with.
Right. I totally understand what you're saying. But all I was trying to portray is the idea that if you can numb your testosterone and not act on testosterone by trying to understand the estrogen level, the house is much happier. I feel like that pendulum has swung that direction. Instead of the softer side understanding where the hard side's coming from. Because we're very feeling oriented in this house. If somebody's having a bad day, we have to cater to that.
Okay.
See, there's the face. It's on camera. There's the face. Hopefully the mic wasn't covering it. It was this. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. This is the face, I guess, when I discuss my concerns.
Well,
this is my face.
I just think it's interesting
This
because
is the face I get, by the way.
Because you get the same grace, though. When you're having a crap day, you get the same grace as everybody else.
No.
Yeah, you do.
By you, I do.
No.
Okay.
The amount of conversations we'll have when all the kids were here. If you're having a crap day,
nobody talks to me for weeks on end.
But
if I have one bad day, this is no joke. Throughout history in this house, if I have one bad day, the people in this house besides you won't talk to me for weeks. Because if I have one bad day. But if somebody else has one bad day, I need to step up and go and be cool about it.
So for a very long time, pre-therapy, this is how we all dealt with it. That if somebody was having a bad day, you left them alone, you gave them time.
Right.
So if you were having a bad day, they wouldn't talk to you because what was the point? They weren't going to get you to turn your mood around. Because if they talked to you, they would get their heads bit off. Right. And so we're just now getting the skills that we have to be able to have a conversation with each other when we're having a bad day to actually turn it around for the betterment. So before the last year, we all did the same crap. If you were having a bad day, if I was having a bad day, you and I would try, but it still didn't work out well.
No,
and we can't expect, because we didn't teach them any skills. We didn't give them the skills of how to cope and talk to somebody when they're having a real crap day and do better.
Because you don't know how to do it. I don't know how to do it.
That's what I'm saying. So it's not surprising that before this year, and even now, it's gotten way better with CJ because we actually have tools to teach him on what to do when we're all having bad days. And that the return of when one of us is having a bad day, how we treat each other has been night and day.
Yes.
What I'm saying is before this, we didn't have any tools. So I know the weird dampening of testosterone, but it actually is to your betterment, to his betterment, because you guys are both testosterone driven people.
Right. But I just like, I'm the one that I feel like I'm the one that has to reel it in, suck it up for it to get better. I mean, I have to lose my testosterone. I have to lose my alpha for it to get better, which kind of insane because you also want me to be the alpha.
I want you to make decisions.
Yeah, I mean, but you don't
have to use. I think that's the part that I'm.
Do you understand what an alpha is, or I mean, maybe because I'm not saying I'm coming in here and biting off the heads of every wolf in the pack. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the person that actually comes in and said, "Hey, we're going to do this like this, and then we're going to try and hold everybody. We're going to hold everybody accountable for all the things that we're doing right now." And I'm going to be in charge of holding everybody accountable. That's it.
Okay.
Are you taking? I mean, that's it.
Okay.
There's not this.
There's not this what?
You're doing the face, man. And I was like,
let me turn my face off.
It's like I'm trying to explain myself to you, and I'm being told that I'm incorrect over and over. That's where I feel like this conversation is going. I
think the conversation is to have a conversation. I'm not telling you you're wrong.
Are we having a conversation though? I mean, because all I was saying was, I think through therapy, it was supposed to be kind of a joke. It was on my joke list more than was an intensity list. Was about losing my testosterone through therapy. Supposed to be kind of a jokingly thing. But I didn't know why I got to here.
I'm not upset. I thought we were just talking about it.
That is very, very true.
All right. Well, that was good.
There's a difference between saying I'm not upset and then the things that you say and the way you say them. and the way I react to them, and not being cordial to those two things. So that's all I'm saying. Like, that's where the testosterone.
Let me restate what I was trying to say to make it very clear in my mic.
You explain it to me so that I can understand.
I will explain my thinking.
I don't understand.
Well, it's my thinking. I was just restating what I thought. No?
Hit it?
All I was saying was like,
that's not all you were saying. You've said a lot of words, so you cannot sum this up in one statement.
I can.
Okay, go for it.
Okay. I feel like testosterone-wise in this house, I feel like you're still the alpha. You're still making decisions. We still all wait to see what you're going to do to determine what it's going to look like and how things are going to turn out, because you make the big decisions, especially when it comes to emotions. However you're feeling emotionally is how the house is feeling. It's true.
Okay. I think that's completely wrong, but go.
Okay.
Because it's how this motherfucker is feeling is how the rest of the house actually works. That's more of what really is going on.
So it's like,
if he's having a bad
DJ.
if he has a bad day, we're in a freaking whirlwind.
And it's the same with you.
Yeah, but I don't have a lot of bad days. I'm really having so many less bad days.
I agree.
Even today I had like a very frustrating day, but it lasted like 3 hours.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm over it.
Right. I agree.
But if somebody, and then it affects you, and then you talk to me, and I try and talk to him, and then I was like, so when you're talking about emotionally being the alpha in the house, that is not me in this house.
Okay.
It's not me. Like, I'm the one trying to go, let's resolve it now. Because this is stupid. But the cool part is I feel like the reason that is because there's only one of them to deal with. Before we had 2, before we had 3. Now there's like 1. So you're saying I'm still the one that creates the vibe in the house and how things are going. That's not true. I strongly feel that's untrue. In current situation. In the past, 1000%. But I think currently, nah. I really don't. Like, I'll have but it does not last more than today was the longest, and it was like 3 or 4 hours. But I've had something like that in months.
Agreed.
Yeah. But he has them like once a week.
But again, we've been learning tools to not have them.
Right.
Versus we're trying to teach somebody tools to not have them.
Right.
But it's still... Anyways.
But last week you said we wanted therapy. So
we did want a therapy. For us. We wanted therapy.
I don't know.
I don't think you ever went to therapy. I think you just keep moving forward.
Well, duh. You don't have to say that. Saying we wanted therapy is
I
joke,
wanted therapy.
and we move on.
I definitely won.
No, she wins it. I don't need to
change.
change.
I have no issues.
It's just who Sarah is.
Perfect. Nothing needs to change.
Scooter needs to change every day.
All the things.
No, I'm being told almost every day. Used to be told every day that I need to do something different.
Yes.
I used to. Now it's like once a month.
I know it's not true because there's no friggin' way I'm bringing things up every single day of what you need to do.
I'm gonna talk about relaying through other people. Like, you know what so-and-so said? Maybe you should try this. You know what so-and-so said? Maybe you should try this. Do you know what so-and-so said? Maybe you should try this.
But what is your phrase if everyone says that if everyone's the problem, maybe it's not them?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Then why is that bad?
Because it's not bad. It's like I'm changing.
You think no one else is?
And things are getting better. Let's do this together, guys.
So you think you're the only one changing?
I said, let's do this together.
Right. But by what? By what you just motioned and said, you're saying you're the only one changing.
Well, there's still getting the same pushback from the same human being. I'm just dealing with it differently, but I'm still getting the exact same pushback. Am I wrong? The exact same pushback. I'm just reacting to it differently. It's still the same pushback. It's just less verbal.
I feel like it's less than it's been.
It's not.
Mm.
You're not here 3 or 4 days a week, correct?
Yeah, but I get all the calls.
Okay. Now we just don't talk, him and I, for like 3 or 4 days at a time. So we have to be realistic about stuff and not go, oh, everything's fine, because
I don't think everything's fine.
Pissed off. And I'm not like,
I just think people are growing. That's all I'm saying.
Yes, I am. You are correct. And I know for a fact I did not win at therapy. And I know for a fact that I'm going to keep changing. I know for a fact that the things that I think about right now are going to change, and they're going to grow. They're going to become better. I know that. I've accepted that. And I love that part about me. And I'm hoping that other people in this household, in the surrounding area, feel the same way. Instead of going, this is who I am. Because this is
talking about me.
This is who I am right now. That's the truth. But tomorrow, I'm going to be a better version of me.
I don't like that you don't think that I've grown.
I didn't say that.
Yeah.
I don't
if
like.
I took a poll right now in the chat, I think people would agree with what I
don't
just
like
said.
the fact that you have certain parts about you that you're not willing to change. That I don't like.
What do you think those are?
And about being a little scatterbrained, not planning stuff, not putting it in the calendar, not communicating it with me, not telling me what's up. Those guys.
I've friggin' grown in all of those places. It's not perfect.
Right.
But to say that I've not changed is crazy.
Okay.
Crazy.
I just feel like we still have a lot of work to do.
I agree. But to say that I haven't changed is crazy.
Did I actually say that?
No, you just said you're the one who's changed and grown.
No, I did not.
Yeah. Okay.
No, I did not. I said I am who I am today, and tomorrow I'm going to try and be a better version of myself every single day. That's it. I did not say I'm the only person that's changed. None of that.
Okay.
But
all right, it's been
that's
good.
the face. That's the face.
It's been awesome.
Check the face. We're getting out of here because this is not ending as well as I would hoped. But we did. All right. You want to end it?
I can't. I don't know which button to push. Thanks, guys. Till next week. I think we'll be here.